Yeah. That's why I have no faith in Bob. We have a similar like gaming strategy, but I somehow survive the things and he doesn't. So
I am the distraction.
you're the distraction. I am also the distraction, but I survive it. Bob dies usually.
Look, I'm a better distraction.
Yeah.
Like, I've got lost in Return to Mario so many times and been lying on the deck going, I don't know how to explain how to get to me. It's just somewhere.
I had I'm not kidding. I had moments in Lethal Company where everyone went, "Oh, he's dead. He's dead. He's dead." You're alive? How you? What just happened? You're alive and you did? What did you do? How did you do that? I didn't know that was possible in the game. It's like, I don't know. I've had that moment happen a lot.
Because, like, the last stream I did, and I was trying to get back to wrap up the stream, I was like, I'm fucking lost. How the fuck did I get here? Why is the map layering itself over itself? Stop it! I eventually found a way out, and the annoying thing is I usually go into the place now prepared with enough stuff to go, I'm slapping down a bed and a teleport.
I'll give you one thing. This is not a spoiler. This is my entire experience with Lethal Company in one GIF.
Uh-huh.
I am indie in this picture.
Just hit with a shovel.
Pretty much. That's my first option for everything. When you've had some gameplay, I will tell you one of the stories that happened, and it was very funny.
You also seem like you're going to be Minecraft Steve there with a shovel going, hey, it's a creeper, fuck you. You will not explode on me, I will hit you with this shovel.
It's very fun.
Alright, we ready to go yet? We downloaded everything?
Everything's good. I think I'm live. Yep.
Close enough.
Alright. Well, either way, you got some time as we do a quick voice check and give me a summary of what you remember about last week for those of us who weren't here last week. Which hopefully wasn't me.
I listened to it, so...
You were you weren't here at all, Chris. We totally won the campaign.
We all leveled up.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You wish.
Oh. He's gonna de-level us. Come on.
You're dead anyway. It wouldn't matter to you.
I'm not dead yet.
You'll level up when you go into space.
By the way, Ali, why the hell are you so quiet?
Oh, my laptop.
Mobile.
So I'm on mobile.
Okay, I'll just increase your volume significantly. I thought it was like you were away from keyboard.
I'll give you a warning when.
Yeah.
The laptop has finished updating. Discord's just trying to open, so I'll let you know when I'm switching.
Cool. Yeah, I've currently just upped you from like 75 to 100 on it, and it's okay now. So, cool.
My notes. Here we go. I like everything. Yeah,
I believe so.
Perfect. But yes, voice checks. Alvina, start us off.
Howdy! Everybody apart from me aged a bit. It was really weird. I don't know what happened. And we got swallowed by a dragon and are now fine.
That's fine. See?
Oh, and we met Time Wizard.
Met Time Wizard.
I can't remember his name, but...
It's Mr. Time Minutes.
Oh yeah, also Alvina discovered an infinite food glitch.
Which unfortunately requires them to be food first.
But it still works!
Life technically is be food second.
Yeah. Ow.
Oh. That would be the changeover.
No, that was Lou.
No, yeah, that wasn't Ali.
Was it?
Yeah, that wasn't the
That
wasn't the point. Yeah.
Stop eating the mic.
Doctor Zormir,
I
Dr.
was
Zormir.
it.
I've done more stuff with the Yetis. I'm starting to scout the area.
Yes, we'll come back to that in a couple minutes because there's some very important questions for you regarding what the hell you're up to over there. Fuck you.
Fuck you turned into the oldest living goblin. Promptly got eaten. It essentially looked like a melting gremlin from the film Gremlins.
Yep.
You know, given goblin life cycles tend to end violently rather than old age, you genuinely might be.
Non-zero chance oldest goblin ever.
And you had
Anywhere.
those
Any
lovely,
world.
Yeah.
lovely eyebrows to communicate with now.
Well, he de-aged after we like time slipped back, but
Yeah. But you were briefly the oldest ever goblin.
See, what you don't realize is that, unbeknownst to everyone, goblins actually age like dragons, and when they get old enough, they transform into their legendary versions. It's just no goblin has ever lived that long.
That's just what hobgoblins are. This is what hobgoblins are.
You had the perfect eyebrows for communication.
Gwent.
I aged a ton, died in my sleep, the best way for Gwent to go, and then ran underneath the city on nets like a weird horse spider.
Oh yeah, and you're convinced that I'm not real. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That came up in multiple like conversations I've had since then. By the way, that your character's instant reaction to mine swimming happily in lava. It's like you're not real.
Alvina is suspicious. She is sus.
There is nothing new
Hey,
there.
that's why they're red.
Yep.
Red is always us.
Fair. The point. Isn't in
I-
roll 20, so I don't have a name for you.
Yeah, I did put a name up there on Monday when you sent us a little puzzle, but apart from that, anyway. I summoned a god of puns, and I guess also time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But
very
I
accurate.
think-
Shit.
Ted's
God of
friendly,
puns. Side note: time.
Yes. Well, you know the secret to a good joke.
Repetition.
Oh, no more.
Timing. Anyway.
I died a little inside here.
That was brutal. Oh, that physically hurt Bob, I think. That's what it sounded like.
Yeah.
And last but not least, I think I've already lost track. Lou, what was the most interesting thing you learned about watching last week's?
Just that Alvina basically wanted to cook Gwen.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh yeah!
Yeah. Is that flammable?
I honestly do not remember that myself.
I remember there was a
Is
thing.
the oil on
After
you
you come out-
poison
Yeah.
you flammable?
Yeah, I was gonna burn it off you, remember?
Yeah.
So we didn't
Oh,
all
yeah,
get so
yeah.
we didn't all get knocked
The
out.
centaur? What the fuck?
Battered centaur.
And legs
Delicious.
are dead, getting broken. No mention of arms until Gwen mentioned them.
He needs those for healing.
Yeah, he needs a
Yeah, actually, yeah.
for running.
Well, no, if I break his leg, then he can heal his leg back up with his healing arms. If I break his arm, he's kind of screwed.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Necros guys will be your DM. Episode 81, Temporal Shenanigans Part 3. We are still in the future, exploring these ruined times for clues, which I'll get into the mechanic of in a little bit, because I actually made sure to document what the possible clues were, rather than just having an idea of what the clues were.
That'd be helpful, honestly.
Look, the DM came up with the plot and then forgot he actually had to think about what would be the clues to help unravel the plot.
Yep, I've done that before. I get you. It's like, oh yeah, shit, the party needs clues.
Kind of right.
So we'll do some actual city investigation, and then you can decide if you how you want to proceed there. But before that, we're going to start off with Zormir today.
Okay.
And Zormir, you have obviously got a brand new vehicle to describe to us that hopefully you have come up with a rough cognitive image of, and also a name.
Zombie.
Could be the Zormir. What would that be, Zormir? How are you traveling these caves?
I'd say it's more like a.
So the Zoma bus.
It's like a
Vespa.
track slash Something for the Yeti with handrails for the Yetis to hold on to, because obviously I don't know if I can make it dimensionally big enough for to transport all the Yetis.
They'll
Or
squeeze
not.
him.
Oh, well, that kind of comes down to we're gonna find out how many Yetis you got with you. Because these are gonna be no-name descript Yetis, because the only Yeti I've introduced is far too old to go with you.
Yes.
You've introduced 2, and 1 is the villain. So...
But that's fair. That, or I guess the adolescent Yetis, who also wouldn't be going with you. So I need some actual adult age Yetis to go hunting.
Yep.
I need an adult. I am an adult.
I need an adult or adult.
But if I remember
No.
correctly, you wanted to begin your travel or begin your exploration around the Yeti habitat by going south, presumably on the hope that you could actually get close enough to Bastion. Although you know it's roughly in the south direction based on the description they've given you of this confusion aura that feels reminiscent to the Bastion aura effect.
Mhm.
And also, presumably because it's called the Death Zone, and that just immediately makes you think the players are going to be there. Which is true, but
Yeah.
that's beside the point.
I'm mapping as I go.
I'm working on the assumption that you're just going to be directing them as far south as you can convince them to go.
Yeah.
Which, there's a little bit of hunting, especially because monsters are a little bit vulnerable out there. It's a little bit riskier, but it has a higher risk, higher reward payoff because monsters are a little bit easier, more powerful monsters are a little bit easier to defeat. But also, if you get caught up in the confusion yourself, it leaves yourself vulnerable to maybe being attacked by a wandering, confused monster as well.
Mm.
But let's see, what's roll me. You're a tier 3 adventurer. The party wouldn't be too big. Caverns can be quite narrow, so we'll say roll me a d6 plus 3. We're gonna see how many Yetis are with you. Let's see how many Yetis you get. Yeti, yeti, yetis. Yeti, yeti, yetis. Yeti, yeti, yetis.
Yeti, yeti, yeti.
Zombie, roll it.
4.
1. Ah! We're here!
Ignore them. I needed them for the bottom left, so when I roll initiative, you guys can actually roll for other things.
Cool.
Not that Zormir's gonna get into combat. I don't know what you mean.
But it gets into the combat with the party.
There's Yetis. They've taken over Zormir. Get him. No, stop it.
They'll make it immediately hit by one of Alvina's AoE.
This could be what I was speaking to you about, Bob, but you won't know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to say any more about it.
Oh, we have another
I'm
Yeti.
actually gonna add a Yeti because I've just come up with a great idea. I was going to randomly generate 5 Yetis, but there's
These are-
5 other players, so
You play the Yeti.
I'm gonna give each of you your own Yeti to customize,
Yeah!
and we're gonna go around the table, and you're all gonna describe this party that Zormir has now grouped up with. So I'll give you a second to think. I need a Yeti name, or at least the common equivalent of that name that Zormir is going to internalize in their head as that name. Even if their name is actually... Zormir's going to equate it with a common English equivalent. And a very rough description of what your Yeti looks like. If they have any distinguishing scars, or distinguishing clothing of articles, or maybe a distinguishing weapon. They get 1, maybe 2, 3 if you're keeping it short. I only want these to be a sentence or 2. I don't want a damn whole paragraph for this Yeti.
Why do I feel like Alvina's Yeti's gonna be the same as Alvina? Giant bib and fucking battle spoon.
What spoon? Nah, I've got a name at least, because I literally just typed in, there's gotta be a Yeti name generator on Fantasy DM generators. Yes, there is!
Well,
While the rest of the party is thinking about that, Zormir, to set the scene, you managed to get a couple hours traveling. The Yetis. What were their initial response? You are a figure of legend to the Yeti, so there's already an innate sense of awe. I mean, they've literally built a statue off you at one point. But granted, it has been long enough, and these are kind of with your passive insight, you kind of pick up on all these little elements. I don't know how, because you don't speak Yeti. From the very broken amount of Yeti that you've been learning so far.
I'm really sad, but I really want to go. If it's silliness, it's like, okay, Chris, can I just know Yeti as Alvina? It's like, oh shit, it become actually useful. No, I can't ask for that.
I think by the end.
I like the idea of you having it and then just you never actually meet the Yetis.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I could love it if that, but they might actually meet the Yetis. So it's like I can't ask for it because I knew a Yeti. Apparently.
You did know a Yeti. I'll probably make you do history checks to see how well you remember Yeti from what you got taught as a child.
Yeah, by the Yeti.
But it will require a history check every time to try and decipher what they're saying. You won't be fluent in it.
He could speak Elvish, the Yeti that I do. So.
Oh yeah, he probably speaks Elven, Sylvan, all kinds of language.
Yeah.
He got you a couple phrases. We'll see how well you remember it. It's like trying to remember French from high school.
Yeah.
So you've kind of picked up that there's a strange sense of awe and a hint of fear when the Yetis are kind of glancing over at you and traveling with you. Clearly the legend of Zormir was at one point a known thing, but it seems like over the decades it kind of got faded into a legend, yeah, sure, grandpa story. I'm sure that's actually what happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then suddenly seeing you here, the spitting image off suddenly it's reignited a little like, oh shit, was it real? Like what was actually going on? Is this guy actually like a hero of legend? There's no way. So there's hints of skepticism, but also that underlying of maybe. Maybe.
Which is only reinforced with the fact I just summoned a bunch of food in front of them.
And a car.
Back at
And a car.
And a car. Like, I don't know.
You can control water.
But with the you do all this in camp, and with the encouragement of the elder, they all eventually agree to get on your car.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is this thing? And they begin traveling with you, with directions from the elders who take you as far south to to some of the more dangerous hunting grounds, closer to the edge of the death zone. But eventually you notice that the tunnels begin to get more cramped. Near the Yeti's home, they're a little bit wider, maybe a good 15-20 foot wide. You can easily travel a vehicle down there. But as you get further and further south, you notice that the corners become tighter. It's a bit more craggy. The corridors become more narrow, 10 feet. You occasionally see some that are less than 5 feet that you decide to avoid, until eventually you reach an opening with several kind of not stalactites but large boulders, maybe about 7 feet tall, dotting the entrance continuing south. And as you slow, the Yetis begin getting off the vehicle, kind of indicating with their body language that this is as far as they can go on mount. But you have managed to travel a good couple hours journey in about half an hour.
Pretty good.
And yeah, you can kind of see them picking up their weapons, and in broken broken Yeti to you, or Yeti to you, but you're understanding broken aspects of it. They kind of indicate that they are close to the hunting ground, and that we will have to leave the vehicle here. We return with spoils to laden vehicle.
Yeah.
But as the Yetis get off and begin kind of just scanning out, you can see they're kind of semi-crouching down. They're kind of taking stock of the environment around, listening out, looking for tracks on the ground. They're taking a sense of if there's any immediate dangers to the area, or looking for any fresh tracks about it. Three of the Yetis immediately start spreading out, and two of them begin kind of picking up nets and spears and other kind of luggage. Two of them are kind of relegated to carrying more of the supplies, while the three front ones are scouting and are a little bit lighter on equipment. with that, we're gonna go to the rest of the party and get a quick description and name of our Yeti companions. So, who wants to start off?
I got one.
I've got one.
Yeah.
All right, Alvina, start us off. Who is Yeti 1?
Okay, Yeti 1. They're quite big, like broad-shouldered, bit of a gut on one as far as he goes. And it literally just when you described that, I was like, oh, I actually have an idea. And the name generator convinced me. So he's has a bit of a big, sort of like a rugged-looking apron on. And his fur weirdly is like really bunched up around his top lip. He looks like he has a big mustache. And the name that I got on the random name generator, which went, this is perfect, is Udon. Udon. He's a cook. He's the cook. He's Udon the Yeti. He's Udon the noodle Yeti. No, you the you.
Now all the Yetis just need to be named after some type of noodle or pasta.
All right.
All right, we're gonna say Udon is one of the back two who is getting the equipment.
Big
has like a portable cooking equipment or like tools for dicing off the premium part. You just see him carrying out a couple of what appears to be like crates of ice.
Yep. Got a big cleaver, a bit like a cleaver.
Or maybe he's like checking the crates of ice in it, but he's taking like smaller bag of ice with him to quickly store things, and then he will return and put it in the larger kind of coolers.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got Udon, mustache. No, that's nice. Oh, well.
Mustache and apron, pretty much are the main ones.
Udon. I'm actually gonna have to name these because it might matter when they die. I mean, if they die, I don't know. Well, it's up to Zor. Well.
It's up to the person controlling the Yeti.
It's up to if Zormir can save them.
Yeah.
Oh, I spelled it wrong. No, don't take Bob's translation. It's my translation.
Whoops! I actually realized. I just took it personal myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can blame Bob for that.
It is Bob's fault. You spelled it wrong.
All right. TR, what's yours?
Okay. Orzo the Yeti.
Also.
I'm sorry, is that the name or also a Yeti?
Orzo is his name.
Also is his name. Oh.
Yeah.
Right, yeah,
Okay,
that one in the chat, how it's spelled.
Like the pasta.
Brother!
Right, he's got slicked back hair, he's wearing like little glasses, and he's got a cow print tie and waistcoat, and he's got a club that has little Z's carved in it, because his family never forgot the statue's message. You must pray to the statue. Pray to Zormir.
Pray to the cow.
Oh god.
Pray to the corned meat.
The cow.
I've got
Remember.
fanboy.
It moved us.
Okay.
That was slick back hair, and what were the other two features?
Little glasses, cow print tie, and waistcoat.
It's just a leather tie, I think, with these people on it.
I'm thinking more like a black and white cow bots kind of thing, but yeah, sure.
I was thinking literally leather, but the actual cow print colours. Like, it's just a piece of cow.
You said he had little Z's carved into his what weapon?
Into his club.
Into his club. Okay. Alright, let's see. We'll have this one kind of being almost a little bit protective of Zormir. I'll have him come back, and he'll start effectively act as Zormir's bodyguard, wanted or not.
Hello?
Hello.
This is one that was constantly staring at you.
Staring and smiling.
Which looks horrifying in the Yeti, because they have tusks. Essentially. They have fangs and tusks.
I'm still
They're
trying to
not
figure out the
fangs.
language
They
that's
have,
going up.
well, they don't have tusks. They have like sharp in thingy teeth. So yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out. Still trying to figure out.
Yeti!
Yeti, but with a greyish brownish fur.
Oh yeah, they've got like baboon teeth. Yeah.
All right. Who wants to go next?
I'll go.
Yeah, go for it.
So, Sober the Yeti. So they are quite tall. They have a scar over their left eye. They are missing their left arm, missing the lower half of their left arm, which has been replaced with a sickle.
Ooh.
And they are also missing their right foot, which has been replaced with like a stiletto sword thing.
Big metal spike.
Yeah, big metal spike. And he's an idiot. All these injuries are self-inflicted. The reason he lost his eye is because he scratched his eye.
He tried to scratch it, complete accidental injuries. He's like, arm got cut off, like, waking up or something.
Yeah, he has to be this guy then. He has
Yeah.
to be the other equipment guy.
No, actually, he wouldn't be the equipment guy. They're not going to trust him with things.
Yeah, he's going out front. He is fucking reckless as shit.
He's a
that
danger.
was sold by SOBA?
Yeah, soba noodles.
Yeah.
Which are delicious, by the way, if anyone hasn't had soba noodles.
Yes. I literally just ordered a bunch off Amazon.
Hilariously, I actually ate udon noodles earlier today. Didn't actually click. That was my lunch. It was a stir fry with udon noodles.
All right. I don't know if the point's back, so Lou, you go next.
I'm here.
Ragu.
Ragu!
Regu got 1 or 2 Gs. Is it 1?
One.
I think it's one, yeah.
Okay. Yes, tell us about Regu.
He's got a fishing rod, usually on his back. But he carries a harpoon. He's basically John Candy out of the Great Outdoors. He's got that fishing waistcoat on.
Well, that's this one. It's definitely the other one in the back with me.
Again, with a bit of a gut because it's
Yep.
quite broad.
Always ready for a fishing trip.
Nice day
Yeah.
for fishing, ain't it?
Yep.
Yep.
Last day for fishing, ain't it?
God damn it.
Yes.
I got the memes.
Yes, you did.
Meme squad.
It was great because this started with the random name generator actually giving me a name.
I blame the random name generator.
Yep.
All right, so we got Regu also helping out back. Got fishing rod, harpoon, fucking fishing. This might become relevant in a second, which is quite funny.
Yeah. They do have fish. So.
Yep. All right. Lewis, was that everything?
No, it's me.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. I was more just double checking that Yeti 4 was good. All right. The point. Our final and last Yeti.
Okay, so this Yeti is short for a Yeti, about the same height as Zormir.
Ooh.
Is everyone else getting the same? He's muffled.
Yeah.
He's quiet for me. I've just increased his volume a little further.
Okay, yeah, I don't know how to fix that.
No,
I'll fix it badly.
be a little closer to your mic, maybe.
Okay, so
It's maybe switched your mic.
Oh yeah, it might have.
There's a lot of sort of static and buzzing.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like it's
Yeti.
not a proper connection.
Well, let him double check his mic because I think it's maybe switched his mics round whilst he's came back because that sounds like it's more like a monitor mic
Yeah.
than a.
It sounds like a webcam mic going on.
This is actually a convenient time because I've just ran out of water, so I'm gonna take a quick 5 seconds there. Just go quickly grab some water while we sort that, and then I'll hear about Yeti 5 in a second. Be back.
Yep. Because as soon as we know about Yeti 5, we're in trouble.
Probably.
Or I'm in trouble. Because oh my god.
You'll be fine.
I've got a fanboy, someone who's ready for fishing, someone who's already ready for cooking, and someone who's accident prone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and compared to who you usually travel with, that's a
This is a
An upgrade.
significant upgrade. Yeah.
that's pretty much the same, isn't it?
Well, to be perfectly honest, if you technically count all these personalities together, you get Alvina. So.
Oh no.
Yes.
By our powers combined.
We are an elf.
When we combine, we form Alvina. That would be even worse if it was true and all the first letters did form the name of Alvina.
Orzo is a great name. Not gonna lie, Orzo is a really good name.
Can you speak?
Yes, I can. I'm gone back to mobile.
It's better than it
Very
was.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do. Just everyone turn the point up if needed.
Okay, so this Yeti is short for a Yeti, about the same size as Zormir.
Mm.
Kind of craggy features. Their coat is covered by various dark spots, but most notably, it completely stands on end all over their body. So this Yeti, their birth name is Fusili.
Someone's
But
got to
these
spell that
days,
for me.
they go by Fuzzy.
Fuzzy!
There might be some goblin in their ancestry.
I was like Fusili almost sounds like you're explosive experts there.
They're good at making things explode, maybe not intentionally.
We have 2 accident-prone ones. That's why they're up front. That's why both of them are out front.
Get them away from our precious cow god.
Get them away from our equipment.
We'll put this one there. It was silly. Okay. Alrighty then. Now that we have our wonderful goblin
Goblin.
or troop. Not goblin, yeti.
A goblin yeti. We have a
You've
goblin
named
yeti.
them all. You've named them all as effectively goblins. Let me just format this
The
a little.
hell is that?
This is the team pasta. Go.
Together we make off food. Because all
That's
of
the fourth 5.
well, all of us are food, and one of us is fuzzy, which means that we've just left it a bit too long. When goblins live long enough, they evolve into yetis. If they get high enough level, they evolve into yetis like Pokemon.
Oh god.
Suddenly the eyebrows grow out.
The eyebrows just cover their body.
Yeah, it's all just eyebrow hair.
And then they get horns and sharper teeth.
And grow about, like, 12 feet.
Yeah,
God.
triple in size.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the brain stays the same.
Yep.
Oh, unless they've got a copper rod stuck in their nose.
Which he probably still has in his nose, by the way.
He does. He's
He
got it as
does.
a nose ring.
It's still lodged in his brain. It's the problem. They can't get it out.
Oh, yeah, but he's turned it into a nose ring rather than just this copper rod sticking in his
Yeah,
nose.
he's bent it to make
Yeah.
it decorative.
Alright, so Fusili and Soba are scouting out ahead, while Orzo is kind of glancing around, keeping an eye on the surrounding area. Udon and Rigu are grabbing what equipment they need out of the. Did we come up with a name for what your vehicle was?
We nicknamed it the Zorma bus, but I don't know if that was official.
He probably hears on the wind this armor bus, but he usually probably just gives it a designation number or something, depending on.
I would refer to it as the vehicle for now.
Yeah.
Zormir, the rest of the Yetis are getting out of the vehicles and spreading out. What would you like to do?
I will move up to the rocks as well and sort of try to see what's ahead and see what I can see as well, considering got
Go ahead and give me that perception check then. Do note that this is also a darkened area. Do Yetis have dark vision? Would they need
Yeah,
torches?
they do.
They do have dark vision.
Oof.
Zormir, you have dark vision, right?
yes.
Right.
Doesn't
So
help much.
Right,
unless you actively want to do a light source, the Yeti seem comfortable hunting and stalking in the dark. So just keep that in mind. Remember, dark vision still has its limitations.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, you have a glance around. You move up. You can probably see a little bit area. I'll feel a little bit more of the map as you come closer. Although with a 8 perception, you do not see anything of particular note. If you are looking for any tracks or any sign of danger, you completely miss them. And
One of the Yetis is snotted on this rock, and I've just touched it, and I'm ow.
but you do see that the little entrance or the little space beyond the rock kind of spreads out in 3 tunnels leading off deeper into the cave system. No signs of immediate danger. What would you like to do?
I will. Now, which of the two, Silver or Fozzie, looks the most competent?
Neither.
Well,
Is...
one's missing stuff and the other one looks dense, so take a choice.
I try to sort of get Fozzie and try to communicate the. Oh no, I'm going to try and get that one's attention instead of Silver and get basically communicate which direction are we going.
Okay. Give me an intelligence persuasion check.
Intelligence. So just a flat.
Yeah, just a flat. If you don't have perception and persuasion, then it's just will always be the flat intelligence or flat whatever base stat. Let's see how well you've kind of been able to pick up their individualized like name localizations for the Yeti language. Okay, it's a success. It's a little butchered, but it is recognizable enough that you do get Facility's attention. He glances over to you. You remember the word for kind of direction, question, and Fusili is. Let's just give Fusili a perception check, or maybe not perception, maybe survival.
So probably, yeah.
He does have a higher perception, so let's see first of all if they get anything. Okay, so Fusili rolls a 19 for perception, and then let's go ahead and give him just a wisdom check for survival.
I have keen smell,
9.
nice.
Which one has the bigger smell? It would definitely be coming from the southern east one. Yeah, southern east one. Fusili is gonna kind of just glance around to kind of, you see him like sniffing up in the air, and he's going to point in between these 2 rocks here down to this bottom right passage. Giving the kind of indication, speaking it as well to the SDA so they understand, but also kind of semi like mimicking charading it for Zormir. The image of like a fish.
He just like puts his hands on the side of his face and like a bop 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 bop.
But it seems that there's a really strong sense of fresh water to the southeast that normally indicates a good fishing spot.
Okay. I will indicate we'll head that way, or try to communicate that we'll head that way then.
Would you like to take point, or are you letting Fusili and Soba scout out ahead of you, and you're sticking with the back end of the party? Or is that just going to follow you wherever you go?
That is the thing. Do I want to be near the middle and be able to step in when things go awry in any direction, or do I want to be at the front so I can take on any trouble that comes to us head on?
That is the question.
I will stick to the middle for now, so I can move to wherever I need to go to. In the sense of, do I need to back up the front line, or do I need to back up the people in the rear so we have a way to get back out? So I stick near the middle.
Then Fusili and Soba are going to scout out ahead. While you guys can come forward. And Udo and Regu kind of lead up the back end. It takes them a little bit of time to kind of squeeze through. They're having to like pass things to each other, just because these rocks are a little bit narrow. There's only maybe like 2-3 foot gap between them, and they are carrying some like rather bulky stuff. They're just having to kind of like shape through. They've got basically massive backpacks on. They're having to take the backpacks off, like pass it through the gap, in order to like sidestep through it. But okay then, who wants to take the lead? Fusili or Soba? How to reveal this little passage. You can see it's starting to get a little bit more narrow. So this will be single file. I'm just gonna roll above 10, below 10. Fusili can be above. Alright, so Fusili's gonna go first. Soba's gonna take up the rear just behind. They make this, that's fine. Alright, Sormir, as you are coming up to this, you notice that there is a very narrow, kind of craggy passageway that kind of pinces in at the midpoint around shoulder height, leaving only either like a little like carve, almost like an hourglass figure passage in the rock. So it kind of like narrows down at your shoulder height. The Yetis who don't have any equipment are able to very easily like just kind of thingy through, and you can see some of their fur just like it looks like they're too large, but as they push through, it's almost that like furred creature thing, or like their fur just gets pushed in, and they're actually a lot more scrawny underneath their fur than you realize. And are able to squeeze through quite easily and continue on. You yourself, however, in your metallic armor, as you reach it, it's a little bit trickier and require an acrobatics check if you want to try and squeeze under over the pinch in the passageway here. Either that, or you could destroy the rock. It's up to you. What would you like to do, Sormir?
Bam!
This might matter if you need to do a hasty retreat.
Yeah, I try to communicate loud noise make danger, or would it be? Because I've got shatter that I could.
Oh god, that's a real bad idea.
That's the main reason that I'm saying loud noise make danger. I'm trying to communicate. Will a loud noise create a dangerous thing, or will I?
I'm just gonna go. Assuming.
Yeah, so that's
yes.
a more complex ask. So I'm gonna need another intelligence check because this is gonna have a higher DC. Probably about. We're gonna put it at 16 because it's quite a complicated ask you're doing here with words that may not have come up yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna
like
go.
Direction's one of those basic ones.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. It's 100% definitely yes, but I'm just curious as to what you're gonna go.
All right, you make 16. Exactly. Somehow you've managed to pick up the exact vocabulary you need for this request.
Loud noise danger question.
Yep. Let's have a look here. How stable is it? Let's roll a fate check. How stable it is. Okay. So Soba, the explosive expert.
No, that's
Fusili is the Fuzzy. Fuzzy is the explosives expert.
Fuzzy glances back, and understanding the question because it was particularly Fuzzy that you needed to learn this vocabulary. Just the elder brought you aside and explained that under no circumstance should you let Fuzzy get their hands on anything explosive.
Yeah.
And they have a precedent for making loud danger noises that causes chaos.
Yeah.
And just from that, you picked up the exact words because they were speaking out in Yeti while also telepathically communicating with you.
Okay.
That you happen to have this exact vocabulary in you. And they tell you that kind of glancing around, you can see that as you glance up at the ceiling, there are several kind of spotted stalactites.
Yep.
That look relatively thin and fragile. They don't look the most stable things. You can see a couple of them are being like chipped away at their base by just kind of creatures moving about in the habitat. They aren't entirely solid. They look like they're becoming a little bit porous. You can also see some luminescent moss kind of creeping in there and burrowing their way in to make nests and homes. that you're fairly sure, and Fusili kind of confirms this, that there's a very high chance that those stalagmites will drop and cause a small cave-in if there is any large noises. So there's a good like 50-50 chance that you'll cause a cave-in.
All right. I will not use shatter then. I will then instead try to use my. I'm trying to think of what of that. The forms of antimatter would be the best for a cut through rock. I will go with.
Definitely not psychic.
Yeah. I think I'll go with radiant because it's more of a.
I think mechanically it's technically force, mostly because while force is kind of the soul one, it's actually more accurate to describe force as the magic damage, and
Right.
also disintegrate as force.
Hmm.
So probably force.
I will try to cut through with force without making as much of a like.
I'm back. Have an apple.
Disturbance.
Okay.
So
Like you are
if it takes
still,
a-
I think regardless of damage type, unless you did happen to go psychic, I think either of the damage type would potentially cause some sort of sound just from the crumbling rocks. But go ahead and I guess this would just be how cleanly you can destroy it. So go ahead and make me an attack and roll for damage, and we'll see how well you destroy it.
Oh, pretty good.
Okay. Yeah. So you kind of you carefully aim your attacks at the kind of base of the outcropping pinching kind of area in order to effectively widen it. Go ahead and make me a second one just because there's two sides to it and because you multi-attack anyway. Just see how well you clear out. What is the AC of rock again? This would be
I think it's plate mail, so I think it might be 18. 100.
Yeah, but I'm also making this a little bit more porous. This area has been kind of eroded away from just the residual psionic energies.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna lower it. So that's fine. I feel like 17 manages to make it just because this rock isn't as solid and you aren't as deep under the ground. You've not gone to the mining area, which would have a higher one. So that's fine. 17 makes it. With 29, you're able to clear out and kind of create this 10-foot gap in the wall, so you're able to very easily move through the space, and also allowing the equipment to also be kind of moved in as well, so they don't have to worry about keeping some of the larger equipment back.
Mm.
But yes, Fusili and Soba continue moving ahead. The party is beginning to spread a little bit out now. Fusili and Soba, moving a little bit further ahead. They're starting to get 15, 20 feet ahead of you, while the rest of the party is still playing catch up. Who are you going to prioritize? Are you going to try and keep exactly in the middle between all of them, or are you going to try and keep a little bit forward or a little bit back?
I'm holding sort of as close to the middle as I can, and if worst comes to worst, I think I might have something to give me enough of a boost to keep up with whoever I need to catch up with. If I need to fall back quickly, or I need to go forward quick. Do I still have expeditious retreat on?
I am so very close to the back of you.
Yeah, one of them I don't have to worry about. No, I don't have expedition. I don't think I've got that ready.
Yeah, actually
I'll
was.
try to keep. I'll try to keep between the two of them. But obviously I'm gonna be doing checks for my to see if there's anything coming behind us or anything that they've not noticed, like something off in a corner that they've just brushed past, scanned past quickly.
Yep, go ahead and give me a perception check. I think technically this is at disadvantage because you're in dark vision mode.
If
You
it's
don't
past,
have as...
if it's past a certain like the bright light, 30 feet, I think.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give me a perception at disadvantage.
15.
Okay, 15, 15. 1 second. Do.
It's like a bit of Alvina's eyes. The eagle thing prevents the disadvantage pretty much for the full bit, which is neat.
Cool.
Okay. As you're kind of scouting back and forth, you get a strange, or maybe not strange, but an instinctual sensation building in the core of your person. As you listen out, the place is eerily quiet. A little too quiet. And it's not so much that you hear something, but almost the absence of sound makes you just really suspicious. Not enough to notice anything, but you've been in enough situations and you are experienced enough as a tier 3 adventurer that there's just something about the situation that suggests you may be walking into an ambush right now. But you don't know the exact direction this ambush could be coming, especially as you've not actually gone around the loop yet to actually see what's into the next cavern. And it could be nothing. It could just be your paranoia playing on you. But this seems like the perfect chance to ambush you in this small bend. What would you like to do?
I will indicate to my attentive fan, grab them, move quick as best I can, and I'm gonna try and catch up with the rest.
Okay, so indicating to go back. Give me a persuasion or intimidation check, your choice, depending on how you like to play this.
Being nice with these guys because
They're friends.
They're friends and they've been nothing but nice to me.
To be fair, intimidation doesn't necessarily have to be hostile. It could just be like a kind of almost like a military-esque authority, like a sense of danger. There's no question to this. Go.
Command.
Yeah, it could be more of a command than a like, we should keep an eye on this, but more of a quickly go grab them now. It installs a sense of fear, just not a fear of you, but a fear of the situation.
I think
So,
that's
like,
probably
the
what
gravity of the
I
situation.
think that's probably what he'd be going for anyway. They're both the same, so
Yeah, it's however you want to flavor it. If you have proficiency in both or don't have proficiency in either, then it's all just a flavor thing.
it's just I would be trying to instill this sense of urgency. So yeah, I'd say intimidation of the
14. Not bad.
14. Okay. It is still a success. They kind of pick up they're probably not as on edge as you'd like them to be. But they get the sense of, okay, we should pay a little bit more attention here. There's probably some room of doubt in their head if you're overreacting, like there's nothing here to worry that much about, but they still get the message and act on it. So they are, especially because they're attached to you and they're reluctant to leave you.
Yeah.
But let me go back to tokens there. He's going to move backwards if you want to rush forward. And with this kind of you calling out, or I assume you're also, are you calling out to those in front of you as you're rushing up to like keep an eye out, or how are you alerting the rest?
I probably will call out to them, and if I do have the Yeti word for alert, I'll shout that to them.
You might have danger.
Or danger. Yeah, danger because of the talking about when carving the rock.
Yeah, you'd have the word
Boom!
danger.
Schnell!
They don't speak German. I think Dwarvish is supposed to be German, actually. I think that's what it's based on, usually in D&D things.
It's Scottish, not German.
Yeah, I thought it was Scottish.
No, the accent is Scottish, but the language is actually German, which was a weird one.
To be fair, English is a mix of Germanian.
Yeah.
So,
It was
Alright,
like
and your passive and your perception check was 15 at disadvantage, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, 15.
Okay, let's see if. Oh, no. However, for the rest, ooh, I wonder. What else do they have here?
personally, I like dwarven to be Spanish because it's just makes me smile. That
Let's
concept.
just do 1.
Sound Scottish, but speaking Spanish.
Yeah.
And surprise works
dwarfish
on
is-
the lowest common denominator, so since the rest of them failed, that's fine. Okay,
They're all
cool.
dead.
Yeah, as you rush forward, luckily because the minions didn't beat your perception check, you are not going to be surprised by this.
Hey.
Okay.
It doesn't matter how high the boss rolls if the fucking minions give it away.
Yep.
Clink, clink, clink. Stupid minions!
I'm curious what they're gonna be. There's so many options.
So many options. However, I am going to initiate the combat by the boss throwing their action out
Yeah.
there.
The boss has realised that the minions are giving it away. So
So let's put you.
Stupid minions!
what is it gonna be?
And let's throw you guys around. Got to be still out of sight, so that's fine.
I mean, I just imagine them just going, walking around going, "But boy."
Boy! Boy!
Beep-boo.
Bibu?
Gotta widen the map a little.
Famous Hololive streamer Bibu.
So that if you come around, I don't have to do this later. I'm just gonna. There we go. Get a nice little chunk into it. I'll widen this a little bit too. It's just wall.
Okay, let's see what's gonna kill Zorme and by definition Gwent.
Gwen. R.I.P. to both of you.
It's gonna be real tragic that Gwent technically dies off screen.
I
mean,
quickly check.
As long as we know it's Zormi's fault, it's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it's not a high DC. Fusili, Soba, and Zormir, and I'll just roll for Fusilia and Soba. Roll me a dexterity? No, wisdom. Wait. Oh no, it is. Sorry.
A dexterity and wisdom saving throw.
Yeah,
Harsh.
it is a dexterity. I was reading what the spellcasting modifier was. Roll me a dexterity saving throw against a arcane source.
Can we know what our modifiers are?
Quite good.
I've got the Yeti stat block that I can post in chat if anyone wants to see it.
Yeah, why not? I'll let you guys all roll this.
I'll post it in.
Do-do-do-do.
There it is. D&D Beyond Yeti. So it's Dex save, you said.
Plus
So it's
one.
+1. Yep.
Apparently if you right-click on the giant B next to Beyond 20, you can change the settings.
Oh.
Use general whisper settings. Okay, so I can thing it to never whisper. Normal roll. Interesting. So if I do this,
Yeti.
So we're all making
There you
deck saves.
Oh, the front two are.
just Fusilia and Scopa. Cool, you guys should all be able to see my stealth check there.
Yep.
Yes. 7.
Yep.
Nice. I don't need to fucking call out. You guys can just have the excitement as it rolls up.
Yay.
All right. But it is a DC 13, I believe.
Oh.
So,
Nice, mate.
Sober's okay.
Yes.
what was Zormir? 17.
Yeah.
Okay. Who was it that failed then? It was Fusili.
Nobody.
Fuzzy.
It was,
I can't even help Fuzzy.
No.
That is fine. Suddenly, where's a good one? Why not? We'll have this. Fusili begins lighting up with a magical aura
Oh, fairy fire. I think.
as you glance out ahead. And dropping it down from the the minions will drop down from the ceiling. The boss is going to stay on the ceiling.
Oh, it's these things! Oh, I haven't seen these for
So,
years.
dropping down around you, as large as the Yetis themselves. Actually,
Yeah.
I think slightly smaller than the Yetis.
They're a
'Cause
bit
the Yetis
littler.
are large.
They're a bit little.
But between Zormir
like
and the Yetis,
Dryad.
Dryad. Not Dryad.
Traitor.
Yes, Dryad. You know Dryads, those classic giant spider monsters.
but Zormir, go ahead and make me a nature check to see how much you know of these creatures. Will be a relatively low DC.
I mean, it's not the first time these players have fought against Riders. Well, at least Bob, anyway.
Right.
Character-wise, you have no idea what Quaggoths are.
Yep. I'm actually quite proud because I actually remembered the name. Like, I was like, I'm pretty sure there's Quaggoths, right? Yay! I'm just proud, happy I remembered it.
And since the rest of them were also warned, but we'll come to that in a second because Zormir isn't aware of that. But still clinging to the ceiling, kind of propped between a stalactite and the back wall. Zormir, you see this massive spider bottom half, and then as you glance up, you see armored in. Well, are they actually wearing in the image?
Half
They're
plate,
wearing,
half
they're
plate.
like half plate.
Half plate in the image.
Wearing half plate with this long white hair coming down over one shoulder, kind of dripping down all the way to their midriff or to their belly. And one's just kind of swept over one side on the opposite side, kind of shaved in with a really kind of like almost tufted job. There's kind of patches here and there, like they've just kind of been chipping away at the side of it rather than giving it a proper shave. Is this dark elf woman.
I like Drydas.
But
cool creature.
around you, dropping down onto the ground from their hiding places, up kind of propped between stalactites and the wall, are dropping down these long-limbed, furred creatures. They almost look like Yeti werewolves in a way. And with that, you're having partial breakage line of sight. You can see, I would say you can see like half cover or like 3/4 cover on the Drider themselves from your position, but you're only kind of catching the sounds and like some glances at the others, given that there's two giant Yetis in front of you and you're midway in a corridor.
Yeah.
But yes, with that, we're gonna switch back to the other group before we come back to Zormir and
Combat.
their cave encounter.
Sure, Zormir can talk this through.
No, he can't.
No, I'm going full combat mode.
Yay!
Use your words, Zormir.
Yeah,
They
Drider,
were-
no,
he
thanks,
is- They are using their words. Their words are die.
Drider's famously known for being rational and definitely not having sinister intentions. Not canonically chaotic evil, apparently.
Very amicable creatures, not at all
Very
insane homicidal monsters.
Who have
Well,
immediately
I've got a
introduced themselves by casting Fairy Fire so they'll gain advantage on attacks.
Yep.
I'm sure they have zero hostile intentions.
I love Driders.
They just like pretty
Or-
colours.
Counterpoint, yeah, they're just like a sparkly Yeti.
Shiny Yeti. They actually can't. This particular Drider actually doesn't have dark vision for some reason, and they just wanted to light someone up so they could see.
Yeah. It's like, I hear something. It's like, oh, it's a Yeti.
Reveal yourself. Boom.
Unreveal yourself.
Yeah.
It's all right. One of those Yetis is going to get up there and go after them.
You hope.
Yeah, I think
Rossi,
with a little encouragement of spider climb. Go.
Zormir, do you speak Undercommon by any chance?
Also, Zormir, yeah, he's just have a climb speed.
I
Actually, they
speak-
can already do that.
I speak deep.
Undercomm's
Celestial,
different.
common,
to
and
beast.
deep are the three
No,
that I have.
no undercommon.
Great. So the Drider will occasionally say things. I don't need to translate because you can't understand them anyway. But you get the feeling of that they are mocking you. or will be in a second.
Incite them.
But
It's like,
with
they're
that,
not mocking me.
we return to the destroyed ruins of the nest, as we zoom in on Lou Grim as they magically reappear from their time banishment and find themselves alone with no allies around them in what was a previous camping site. You can see there's still kind of traces of footprints everywhere, kind of little indents where people were sitting in the mud or just like doodling in the dirt or anything. Maybe some wrappers from any discarded supply packs. Luke, you just magically pop back into existence in this eerily quiet, destroyed city ruins. That is ever so slightly hot and sweltering, given that there is fucking lava all about the city.
Probably
no,
won't be too bad for me.
you are
And
a
almost
tiefling.
yeah, that's true. This is a lovely weather for you.
Yeah, we're
And
comfy.
and almost a slightly disorienting amount of red hues and blue hues battling it out between just the lava glowing to your side of you and the luminescent like pinkish bluish crystals and moss all about the cavern ceiling, just battling in this contrast of colors about you. What would you like to do, Lou? You're alone, you have no idea where your allies are.
Everyone apart
I'll
from
I
you.
can't-
start with going, oh, fuck me, not again.
And I'm pretty sure because I brought the dragon in at the end of the session before you were gone, the last thing you remember is a dragon coming out,
Dragon turned up and you
yeah.
were gone.
and then you vanished. As you panically look around, there's still dragon, luckily.
Oh yeah, the last thing Lou would have heard was Alvina go, duck.
Yes, run.
Duck,
Or hide,
cover,
get
like
outta
pretty
here.
much cover immediately was the last
Whatever
thing he
it
saw.
exactly was.
Yeah, but it was cover or something
Yeah.
like that.
And I want to try and find like maybe a wall, or something that would be reasonably safe and that most people could see.
There's a pit full of mayonnaise.
Yeah, I remember.
All right, give me a perception check.
Where are we?
Hey!
All right. And you were looking for a wall to either hide behind or to get up on. What were you doing?
I was gonna write a warning note, but
Yeah, actual wall then.
You very quickly find the like one of the few intact, solid enough walls that you can write on. Especially in this quadrant, because a lot of this was the kind of almost like giant park stall. It's
Market.
almost like the Christmas, yeah, like giant market. It's like the Christmas market, and just stalls got propped up everywhere in this nature zone. So there's very actually few buildings here, and you managed to find one of the few buildings that are like half destroyed but has a nice big wall on it. What are you writing message wise?
it's gonna be like a short warning note because I know of all the like sort of going back and forth in time. Like, so if
I get what you're meaning.
I
Okay.
leave a warning because I'm assuming that
You're
the
not in
rest
the
of
same time
party,
period.
barring Zormir, because who knows where the fuck he is,
Mm.
is in the past.
You think you've gone further into
So-
the future?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Right. You do so.
Scribble with a dagger I've got because I don't think anything else will
Stick long
be
enough.
good enough. It's like ink's not going to be good
Yeah,
enough. I don't think.
the only other option you've got is a bit extreme because blood does
Yeah,
actually
I'm
stay
not
over a
used-
long time.
Yeah.
You don't need to thingy the message unless you really want to. Well, you just thingy like a short, accurate, just warning message.
Yeah. And then and then what I'm going to do is because I remember what the old gnome did when I met him last. because I figured he's been around this dragon for
A
fuck
while.
knows how long, because obviously I don't know the time difference,
Mm.
even though I found out last week. Lou doesn't know.
Lou doesn't know.
So, and the old gnome knew when the dragon was about to come, so he decided to get out of Dodge. So, I'm going to jump into the pit.
You gonna look between you leap, or are you gonna take an entire blind act of faith here?
The gnome probably didn't die from it. I'll just jump.
I'm doing the whole in the Last Crusade, like the penitent man.
No, not Pennant. You mean literally in the steps of
yes,
God,
the
footsteps
yeah,
of
the
God
leap of
one.
faith,
Yeah,
the step, yeah.
just steps off the side.
Apart from like throwing dust across,
Yeah.
just
Well, you know how he did it first.
yeah.
Lou, roll me a fate check.
He just jumps off the wrong side. Hey,
19.
good. That's pretty good.
Luckily for you, you do not jump off the section that has like a broken netting or anything, and find yourself
I'll fish out.
sorely bouncing. I think what the hell it feels like to just suddenly throw yourself into a netting.
Is it rope? Is it actually solid rope?
I would say it depends what the net's made of.
It is coarse solid rope. Yes.
Oh,
It
yeah,
is
it-
made to last.
Yeah, that-
having
oh,
done
that
having done that before, yes, it hurts. Oh, one moment.
Absolutely. I can back. I can back up on that.
Yep, I have
so
done
yes.
that.
You find yourself aching all over as rope suddenly whelps into you, having landed in it.
One moment.
And you find yourself either facing up at the ceiling, down into lava, however you would like to land in this rope. But as you glance around, you find that there is an entire like underwebbing to the ceiling of the train station that is now filled with lava, running underneath the central plateau. And yeah, there's you can like as you scout out, you notice like a little almost like a mini town around you. There's wood and like landing like platforms built into the netting that creates these little islands among the netting, with various luxuries, like a little mini kitchen in one side, or like a little make do like hygiene spot where there seems to be like an old copper pipe that's been broken off with a little release valve, and like a like almost like a little bit more steam kind of lingering amongst the ceiling there, indicating that there might be access to water there. What would you like to do?
First, I'll be like, ow,
That doesn't feel
that hurt, but it's like
You got some severe
should
rope
still
then.
be alive. Quick, like 360 from where I'm at the moment. It's like, okay, this looks not bad considering.
I'm not dead.
And with your
Yeah.
fire resistance, entirely comfortable to you. You do not suffer heat exhaustion from being in this area.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have like a wander around in what seems to be the most busiest part.
All right, go ahead and give me an investigation check as you explore your new surroundings.
This is now Neil's life forever now. Under
I'm just
netting.
away from the dragon, man.
He's under town.
Oh Jesus. 7.
You do not find anything of interest.
Then I just wander around asking people if they've seen like the point and Alvina and well,
I
no,
should-
it'd
I should
just
clarify,
be- it'd just
there's-
be
there's-
Alvina and
There's
Gwen
nobody
and
there.
Fuck you.
There's
Ah,
no
there's
people
there's
here.
nobody. Right,
It's a
okay.
ghost town. This was just to like as you were going through cupboards or like looking for things if you like found any secret stashes of anything. There's no people as you look around. This entire like tiny mini village around you of these small little wooden islands with various things kind of built into it, entirely empty.
I would have a look for like entrances, sort of like tunnel-wise.
Have a look for the classic signs of the party being here: ripped open cupboards
because
and
there,
busted
there
locks.
must be ways out, and then other than just hopping off the edge.
Well, there's technically, well, yeah. There's like as you glance around, there's like ropes lying back out, so you can climb out of the hole. But to clarify, effectively imagine a train station with a giant hole in the ceiling, and there's webbing like attached to the roof to create this almost like top floor webbing. That's where you are. So you're just crawling around underneath the ceiling of the train station, and you can go back to the hole and climb out of it with one of the ropes. All around this like central hole area. As you glance around, you also notice that there are entrances and exits to the train station themselves, but there is currently lava flowing through, and like the entire train station is filled with lava, and the exits are like lava tunnels. So there's still like 5 foot. You can probably like spider climb along the ceiling out of it if you wanted to exit like over here, or I think there's like rails over here and stuff. But there's no like there's no like rope or anything tied that. You'd have to use magic or flying to access those. Does that explain it?
Yeah, I'll climb out.
Cool. But yeah. So you have access to that area. All right. And what is your what is Lou's next prerogative before I go to the rest of the party, just so I roughly know where you'll be if you happen to run into them.
Well,
How are you going about?
Are you coming back out the same way you went in, or another side?
Yeah, went in, and I would then follow the plan that we were going to do originally, which is head up towards the headquarters.
Okay. We'll come back to
Gwen, fuck you, and Alvina made it because obviously
Point's
I
dead.
had no idea about the point.
Point's dead, clearly.
Point and Zormir, for all I know, are dead.
Thanks.
So yeah, hey,
Don't-
you've been gone for a while now.
The last time we saw you was in the Divine Plane, so you probably are dead.
Couple of days.
for the rest of the party, we're going to do a little effectively retconning. Well, it's not really retcon. We're not changing anything as we backdate. As promised, you will do the investigation that you had the full day for. Since Lou's been actually gone for like a full day in World.
Yeah.
Recap. Well, we're gonna do a quick recap because we didn't actually do this last week. Where the hell did I put the list of areas? Where are you? Here is here. Okay. So there's a couple of major things you can investigate throughout the city. You can investigate one of the like major environmental changes, I'm going to call them. So you can either investigate the lava and see what kind of information you can glean about that. You can investigate the temporal tears, or you can investigate like dragon marks around the city. Or you can investigate one of the major areas of the explosion. So I'm effectively, I think I gave each rough area its own mark. So you can investigate like these one of the 3 explosions in the commercial district, or investigate like the explosions over in the residential. Investigate like the southern commercial, or like the tree explosions. Or you can potentially investigate the shadow wall, but since you went there last, we'll say you haven't gotten to the headquarters just yet, so
Yeah.
probably also then wouldn't theoretically be able to get to the plant area either, since there's no direct access.
Unless you're Alvina. You can't really get over there.
But we'll assume like you were doing this as you were making your way north. So we'll start off with giving everyone at least like one investigation phase. You'll spend a couple hours investigating something as you were moving north. So yes, who would like to investigate what? You can either investigate again as together as a party. Some of you might be able to pick up more information than other characters. So you'll have different DCs.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think Alvina should, if we discuss it, I think Alvina should just check either the lava or here, considering she's the only person that can really do it thoroughly, even though she and I kind of can swim through lava.
This is like a major activity. You'll have plenty of time to like discuss it as a party before you then spread out and do it.
Yeah, that's my thought at least. If anyone wants to go with, I could probably carry someone, but probably only one person. If anyone else wants to go with me,
I think I came over to this area after I had my conversation with the pun master.
good bet.
So I will investigate over in this area to cool down from trying to kick him into the lava.
Yeah, good bet. Honestly. About the other two.
I can't remember what fuck he was doing. I think he was just looting.
Yeah, you got like a bunch of gold and stuff from memory serves, right?
You looted from under the under.
You actually
weapon.
you were looking around here for loot, I think, as well. So you could check the middle area, maybe.
Yeah, sure.
Makes sense that the commercial district, which houses all the like service tiers, so this is where you get like the banks, the lawyers. This area probably has the statistically highest looting chance.
Probably a good bet for you, though.
Yeah.
This is also down where you and the Point met with went to one of the effectively vault houses to have your shrinking meeting.
Fuck you did notice like all the stalls and things, so he probably would go there.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Good
that
bet.
makes sense for him to like be looting around in the middle.
Good bet.
Yeah. And the Point.
So I'd probably be investigating that central area and looking for signs of where it started.
I think technically
The first explosion.
I think that technically requires you to look at each of them and get a rough idea. But you can get the rough age. Well, I'll give you a age marker for the explosion that you can compare to the other ones when you investigate them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So you can get like
I'll start
an order of events. Okay. In that case, for Chris's convenience, go ahead and move your character markers to the area you were investigating, so I remember as I go through each of you.
Yeah. Scatter.
Run, dragon!
Dragon!
Ow.
Sorry. Unmuting.
Yep.
Why is your unmuting so vicious?
I don't know.
He has to unmute it with a chunk of
Yes.
flint.
Oh, that'll be why it's so vicious.
You have to punch the microphone.
You know you can actually
On you. Boom.
mute
Yeah,
with
it was
Discord.
you that told me to do it.
Oh, come on, man.
Dragon.
No.
It's right on top of me.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's funny because I was looking around the map. I was like, "Where the hell did Gwent go?" And then I realized I couldn't see you underneath the dragon because I can see a
Gem layer, the dragon, haven't you?
yeah, I can see a transparent gem version of the dragon. And you were like right under it, so I just had to let me just
Shit.
move him away so I can actually see where the hell you are.
There's a... Is it a switch on your headset or?
Yeah, we discussed this. You were the one that told me to use it.
I didn't think it was going to be that bad.
Neil, this is my discussion. Mute on Discord. It's way better because you don't bust out everyone's eardrums.
Yeah.
Ignore Bob. Just be on Discord.
I didn't
I
think
didn't
it was
know
going
it
to
would
be.
do that.
And now
It's the
Anyway,
microphone
that's
button. Microphone
besides
button
the
on
point.
Discord.
All
Microphone
right.
button.
Let's go around. Let's just do it clockwise. Alvina,
Okay.
since you'll be the most removed from the party anyway, because you have to go there and then you have to come all the way back. Then,
Yeah.
So you'll be gone effectively the longest.
Yeah. Fair.
We might as well isolate you over there. So as you make your way, I assume you're just kind of dancing across this lava, making friends with all the lava spirits.
Pretty much. Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. You get over to the destroyer, and as you're looking around, this place used to be, from your memory, a gorgeous, like, flourishing grove forest of massive trees, like 20, 30 feet wide. And as you're looking around now, it is a barren wasteland. There is barely a sprout in the ground. You can see maybe a couple tufts of grass, but even they look sickly and seem to be kind of emanating this very slight negative energy to them. It is just a crater. It is just a wasteland of craters with barely anything surviving. Whoever destroyed this clearly went to the effort of making sure that it was just obliterated. This, even to your senses, this seems too perfect a destruction effort.
Yeah, someone went out of their way. This isn't just random destruction. They put a lot of just work in to make sure. They salted the earth, essentially, in this area. Okay.
Were you just making a Yeti in the background?
Yeah, Roy just made it.
That was very quick.
Yes, I'm now trying to remember the rest of yours so I can make them as well.
It was a fisherman.
Big, Long John Silver with a mustache from Treasure Planet is the inspiration for mine. So do that as a Yeti.
Okay, I'm working on Cult Yeti first.
Yeah. No prosthetics, but other than that. But yeah.
But Alvina, how would you like to go about your investigation? What is it are you looking for, and are you focusing on looking for arcane elements, elemental elements? Are you looking for maybe some like plants? I can't remember if you can speak with plant. What is your focus?
I have some. I can speak with animals. If I can find anything living, I can talk to it.
Somebody can speak with plants.
First of all, give me
I
a
have communicate.
perception check, and I'll roll a fate check to see if anything is still alive here. Well, there's a potential chance if you search high enough. Creature is a very broad term. Let's see if you can find a worm.
21.
Ooh.
21. No, I don't want a purple worm. Go away.
I found a purple one! I can't talk to them, I think, hilariously. I have, what spells do I get just as barbarian? I get commune with nature, I know. I have
Rage.
No, I have some actual spells.
I cast rage.
Okay, I can speak with animals and beast sense, which I think is you can look through animal senses, so that's not really that handy. But I can do talk to animals as a ritual, basically just.
Hey, you could look through the crystals of the dragon.
I think that more goes to abomination at that point.
The dragon is a dragon.
Or draconic.
Yeah, the dragon is a dragon, not a beast.
Yeah.
It's a beast of a dragon.
Swarm of bugs. I can talk to a swarm of bugs. You know what? I'll take that.
Yeah, insects or beasts categorically.
Yeah. I've been used to Pathfinder where they actually are different categories. There's animal and beast, and they are different.
Oh, I just love the idea of you speaking with a swarm of insects and there's just a barbershop quartet.
Oh, they talk like in sync. We're your friends. We're your friends.
While you're looking around for these insect barbershop, you notice what appears to be because why not get super cliche with a swarm of locusts off in the distance that you're eventually able to kind of creep up on with your natural just nature abilities. How would you like to interact with this swarm of locusts?
Well, definitely, like, soon as spotted from probably quite a distance because of my eyes, I would have done the.
Oh yeah, you have like a clean line of sight over this barren wasteland.
Yeah, I'd have done the ritual that. I'd have done the thing that gives me beast speak with animals. Now go. Hey, excuse me, sorry to bother you. But
how long do locusts live for? About 8 weeks. Okay. And you know how many generations ago this was?
Yeah. Do you happen to know what happened here? Like anything?
Leads to the questions that keep a DM up. How the hell? What's the voices of the
like I said, the barbershop quartet.
There's not 4 of me.
Yeah,
so I don't know how to do that. I don't know how that translates.
I'd say, what would be a classic one?
Melodically.
It could be. I imagine like circus performer for some reason is just first thing that came to mind. Like, you know, like, roll up
What
kind of voice.
Yeah. Ringmaster.
Ringmaster, that's the word.
Ringmaster.
Circus Ringmaster.
From Bug's Life.
Maybe Bug's Life. That might be where I'm getting it from.
E.T. Flea.
Oh, you know what? That's great. Okay, so what was the exact question? What happened here?
Do you know anything that happened here?
Nothing.
Oh, oh, oh! A god has spoken. A creature beyond imaginable size. You ask us to define what happened here. This is clearly an answer to our prayers. Have you come about the ants, our sworn enemies, the ants? Have you come to gift us your benevolence to squash our enemies? For the ants have risen, and they have destroyed our queen. I don't know if they have queens. What the hell do locusts have?
Nothing like that.
No.
They're not. They are just grasshoppers.
They have each other.
They are just kind of there.
God save
Our
them.
ruler. They have a queen. They might have a actual elected queen or something. They're not a hive
Yeah,
insect, but they might just have
Because
one.
democracy is so good in the insect world.
This one might be. I don't know. These are royal locusts, actually. They specifically have a very complex political system.
Yeah, Albina
Have
should
you
go into
come
that.
to destroy the ants? Question mark.
I mean, I hadn't originally, but potentially, if you can answer my questions, I might help you out.
Ask away, O benevolent divinity.
Alveda's like, I don't think I've ever been called benevolent before by
Oh,
anyone.
God,
Or
no.
anything.
No.
This is weird.
No. Don't even think about
Alveda
it.
comes back as a god worshipped by bugs to the rest of the park.
It was inevitable.
Bug god.
I also just realised something. I just realised I can talk to the lava spirits. They've got more chance probably of knowing what's going on.
You think primordials are fickle as fuck.
I know, but I can understand them. If I can talk to them, I've got ignorant. So, do you know what destroyed all the land around here? What was the cause?
Since time immemorial, it has been passed from
Generation to
parent?
generation.
Do locusts have parents? From generation to generation.
They do have parents, yeah, but
I don't know what their raising structure is. They might get
None at
raised
all.
in the communal fashion. I don't know. From generation to generation, it is said in the great creation myth of our world that once locusts were not prey to ants. We stood superior in a tropical wonderland until the ants made a deal with an evil deity. And through this evil malevolence, they grew to dangerous proportions, gaining evil strength to smite down the poor us. We know not the cause of this evil malevolence, only that we refer to them as the Dark Wave.
the dark wave.
It is said that one will come to restore the light of life and allow us to push back the evil tide of the tyrannical demon ants.
The dark wave helps
Imbued with their evilness from the Dark Wave.
kill ants, destroy the locusts. Oh, that sounds pretty bad. Do you know anything about this dark wave other than it helping the ants?
It is a power beyond belief. It comes from the heavens. That is all we know.
Okay. I mean, something. So, whereabouts usually do these ants live?
They have many colonies. We are forced to live out here in the wasteland. They have conquered the more nourishment spots among the walls.
Do they?
But the most prominent colony to us is run by a demon ant that we have referred to as the One-Eyed Death Machine.
One-eyed death machine.
They are made their colony in a crack along the wall over there.
The
Oh my God.
one-eyed death machine. Well, that's some information actually. It could be handy. Well, thank you for your time. I'll go and have some conversation with these ants.
Oh, Vina just gets quests given.
Bye, bugs! Look,
Bye, bugs.
look, if there's any character that is, like, perfectly
Yeah.
willing to go along with this, it's Alvin! So I guess I'm gonna walk over to this colony of ants in a wall. Are they, like, normal-sized ants?
You don't know as you get there. It's like maybe like a 10-minute walk to you, but you realize from the perspective of the locust, it's probably like an hour or two journey.
I can see him from the 10-minute walk, probably, so...
Fair, they are hitting. One second, let me throw a stealth check on the ants. I just have to quickly grab something. Where the hell did I put it?
I do have the telescopic vision still, if it helps, where it even sees, like, fine detail from a significant distance.
Yeah, but you can't see in rocks. They're in
Yeah.
the cracks.
That's what I was curious. I think I
If
passed.
only you had eyes of minute seeing.
I think you do. I think you see it.
I
Um,
technically do have eyes of minute seeing, actually. That's what my eyes do. They have that ability within 100 feet.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the mile thing.
Yeah, that's the same thing. It's the same ability.
Ah, right.
The eagle eyes are really good.
Oh god, we're all gonna end up in combat, but it's all gonna be weird ones.
As you glance over, you're not quite sure how you didn't recognize them at first. Probably because the two outside the crack. And this is quite like a decent sized like little crack in the wall, maybe like a foot or two wide. But standing just outside the crack are these what can only be described as cat-sized.
I was thinking
ants.
about the size of a cat. It's like, that's pretty big.
As they and it's because they're just standing perfectly still. They like blend in with the the dirt and the rock behind them. They've got like a slight bluish tint to their shells. Do ants have shells? Exoskeletons?
They have
Yeah,
exoskeletons, so it's
Yeah.
pretty much a shell. I was actually
Um,
imagining blue as well. That's kind of worrying. Like, I'm picturing these things, and you're describing exactly what my mind's eye cooked up, which is horrifying.
but a nice dusty blue that fits in with the surrounding terrain.
Yep.
Those
But,
camouflage soldier ants.
Yeah, they are they're like 10 to 20 times the size of the locust. What would you like to do?
Well, they're just sitting there, right? Is there any activity of other ants in and around that crack, or are they just the soldier ones standing guard, essentially?
Currently, there's just two soldier ones standing guard. How long are you watching them?
Just for like it'd be for like a minute or two, at least.
For a minute or two, nothing happens. There's no like bustle or hustle activity happening. If there is any activity, it will probably be sparse, and you'll have to wait a while.
Okay. Ooh. Can I roll nature to see if they resemble a kind of ant that I know would be carnivorous, essentially?
Yeah, give me a nature check.
I can at least try.
With your enhanced perception, you're able to pick up some details. Let's see if those details help you.
That's something.
They don't look like any ants you've ever seen. In fact, as you kind of stare closer to them, you actually notice that they're slightly mutated. They're like pendibles. How the fuck do you pronounce it?
Mandibles?
Mandibles. That's it. Their mandibles appear to have almost this kind of black ooze dripping off them. Their eyes are entirely red. And you notice that there's almost like black veins crisscrossing the back of their blue shells. Or blue exoskeletons.
That's...
They look to be almost and then they're kind of giving they almost look to be enraged creatures, and you get that vibe of like you've seen something similar back in Fantasia whenever a creature has been exposed to chaotic energies that they effectively mutate into these monstrosities of creatures and end up going wild with just destruction.
Yeah, that's a bad idea to go up to those alone.
And you've got yourself in the mirror when you're raging.
I don't get like black veins all over my body. I'm not quite that bad.
You recognize anger and rage.
I notice a wild. I notice it in a berserk creature at least. It's like that is very noteworthy, actually.
Well, while you're thinking about that, we'll switch to the rest of the party. Since we're going clockwise, we'll go Gwent. I think is this one area? One second, I need to double check that I did only have one area in here. Not you, where did I put it here? Yeah, okay, so it's just this area counts all as one. Okay, Gwent, similar question to yourself. How are you going about investigating the little craters here? Are you focusing on anything in particular? Are you focusing on the arcane? Are you focusing on the natural? What are you looking for?
Well, I'm wandering around first to see if I can see any undisturbed places, and then I'm going to ritually cast Commune with City.
So there are several undisturbed kind of building apartment blocks. It doesn't look like this place is leveled all of it. It seems to be kind of almost random and sporadic, with obviously the three larger craters as you can see on the map, but there are entire building blocks that, while deserted and kind of just decayed naturally, they have not seen an explosion themselves.
Okay.
What does Commune with City do?
I think it pretty much is exactly Commune with Nature, just
It's just Commune
works in
but
cities,
City.
works in cities instead of what mine does, which I'm honestly going to do mine next. That's what my verdict was. So.
All right, what 3 facts would you like to know?
Okay. Well, firstly, I want to see if there's any intelligent creatures in the 1 mile around me.
Nope, none
Well,
at
the
all.
party's here, so no.
So no,
Well,
exactly.
no. Well, just to see if people are hiding is worth a check.
I'm gonna go with no. I was only planning on having animals in the nature thing, and those don't really count as intelligence. So
We've already got grasshoppers.
there's no creatures of high level sentience in the area. I'll retcon that later if I
So he's
decide to
picked up
throw
the
an
party.
animal in there that has a weirdly high intelligence.
Hilariously, that means that great eagles aren't here because they're more intelligent than Alvina.
Wait, what is actually any intelligent creatures? How far is that? Is that
Mile.
A mile.
1 mile.
Fuck, how big did I make the nest? It's supposed to be the size of a city district. 1 mile's probably pretty decent.
He's also on the closer side, so you might catch anything in like these 2 zones.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. I'm gonna do the surrounding zone. There's nothing of intelligence in your zone. However, over in the central zone, you get the ping of a highly intelligent creatures. It takes you a second.
Plural.
It's actually, it seems to be both. It is both plural and singular simultaneously. Almost like a hive mind.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
That is concerning.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's found Randy, and Randy's found him.
I'm actually
It's on the
wondering.
morrow.
I'm actually wondering
No.
if it's another ant colony.
I
Maybe.
think you just learn if they're intelligent. I don't think you get to learn anything more than that. least with that
No, I
question.
don't think so. Yeah.
3 facts.
He gets to
Yep,
pick
so that's the
three.
first one. What are the other ones?
Okay. Like, which of these pink and purple scars in the sky, is there one that's significantly more powerful than the others?
Influence from other planes of existence, I suppose.
Yeah. Just trying to see if there's one that we have to be more careful going near.
I would say
Stronger
These are all
no.
fear-based questions.
I don't like the
they-
way you said that.
They give off insignificant differences in power. They all seem to be emanating from the same place, so they're kind of giving that same level of background power. It's only really their size that's different, and I don't think that has a really direct proportional link to the energy coming through it. So they are all relatively the same.
Oh, yeah, that's a fair point. This is a big enough cave that it counts for the full distance, right? By the way, of the commune spells, because technically underground they have a shorter distance, but
Yes.
we're
Like
in a big
600
ass.
feet underground.
Yeah, we're in really big cave. Is it okay to do the full one?
This
Yeah.
is supposed to be like a single area.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Cool. I thought I'd ask that
Uh,
before I do mine as well.
That was that just intelligence and area? I don't think there was a third yet.
The third would be, is there a major source of electrical power, i.e. like Zormir's gloves?
Ooh, good bet. Good bet.
Like, I mean, if he's underground, probably not going to get it, but at least I would know, at least
This
the corpse
area.
Zormir is not in this kind of area.
It's a good bet. It's a good bet.
So I'm gonna go with just power sources in general.
Yeah.
Just I feel like that gives enough information to make it interesting. Obviously, the temporal tears are giving off a energy source because they are emanating temporal radiance.
Mm.
However, I just got to double check. I don't think there's any other major sources other than that one I'm about to mention. No, there is one I'm going to call large energy source, what appears to be at the center of the rebellion headquarters.
Ooh.
Okay, so maybe something important survived.
One of the big
Okay.
blocks of Arcanite that I think we saw, probably.
But I'm assuming
Yeah.
just from the wording of the question, you just get to know that there is a major source of energy.
Yeah.
For that, I'm just going to say it's magical energy.
Yeah.
I'll give you the source type.
Something worth investigating is up there.
But there's nothing major from the rest of the city other than like the temporal tears above it. But those are more background energy.
Okay. So then the only other thing I will do, apart from just taking a general mosey around to see if I can find anything that would give me an idea of dates, like look inside buildings, see if we can find calendars or anything that can help, I will cast sending to fuck you.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and give me an investigation check while you're looking through the buildings. And are you actively looking at the non-destroyed buildings in hope of finding intact?
Yeah, because I imagine the destroyed buildings would be vaguely useless. And speaking of vaguely useless, there you are.
So you find kind of well, you find information you've already discovered so far. You get confirmation. I'll give you that of you actually find like a more intact newspaper, and it has a date a couple weeks in the future of when you left. Nothing of particular note to it. It's just kind of rambling about the goings on, mentioning that like they're still taking new recruits for the paladins that are being just recently created. So, like, there's a call for people who want to go join the Golden Hearts. Hey, if you actually want to use your paladin powers, come join us. We're still giving out additional training, etc. Also, kind of a warning of make sure you're using your powers responsibly.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick it in my pouch just so I have the newspaper with me to show when eventually we get back to when important.
Yeah.
Kind of as you're used to, you also notice that the newspaper is entirely focused on internal kind of events. There's actually no information about external, but you're familiar with that. That Bastion deliberately kind of does like a Basing say thing of there isn't a war outside Bastion.
Yeah.
You don't need to know about that. No, don't think about it. That's just going to make you depressed.
Propaganda.
Yeah.
It's like everything's fine.
Maybe like a small section about heroes of the Gauntlet and Divinity escapades still mysteriously missing.
Yeah.
Like, we're not missing.
Just a
We're
little
here.
picture of like the couple of us on the end of the Gauntlet's rise bit.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, they've used those photos.
Yeah.
But it does confirm that whatever did happen wasn't a kind of drawn out thing enough that a newspaper article made thingy about it. It wasn't like, they were discussing like an ongoing war, an invasion, or something like that. Whatever happened clearly happened quite rapidly, or without the ability to print news about it.
That's good. That's something.
But yeah, what are you doing with your sending spell?
So fuck you. Fuck you. There is a potential hive mind intelligent near you, near Purple Tear. Be careful. Don't blow it up.
Or blow it up first.
Warn the others if you can. And that's 25.
Nice.
Speaking of which, let's do the point first. Actually, point. What are you up to?
So I'm mostly trying to kind of work out what happened first. So trying to get a timeline of events of disaster.
The egg or the chicken?
The egg, definitely.
Since you're an artificer, you will have the necessary equipment to kind of analyze the radioactivity of the arcane particles in the air.
I'm doing ballistics, essentially.
But this is mostly. Are you trying to get to multiple like locations as close as you can, or
Yeah. Yes.
how are you traveling? Are you doing this all on foot, or are you bringing out like any sort of equipment to help you move faster?
I'll probably be doing this on foot until saving the fly for when it's an emergency.
Okay, so we'll say you're kind of restricted to like just the central plateau. You can start moving south and maybe eventually meet up with Fukyu and continue.
Your
for
fly
the
is
other two.
Your fly's once per day, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's worth saving.
Save it in case there's an emergency.
In case you need to fly.
Yes.
All right. Go ahead and give me an Arcana check or investigation, your choice.
Well, I am much better at Arcana.
Both apply. Both are technically the same.
I haven't seen it
Actually,
yet.
do you have proficiency in both?
Arcana, yes.
26.
Investigation, no.
Okay. I'm technically supposed to reward dual things where they overlap, so you would have got an advantage, but unfortunately you don't have investigation. So this is just
Arcana
a flat roll.
If they came in the wrong order, I'm assuming. I'm assuming you weren't destinying the 26 into a 30.
No. No. Just
Yeah,
that
yeah.
one.
All the way around. So, yeah.
Then yeah, you start taking sample sizes of first the larger hole and then the kind of second hole that's over here. And eventually start working your way down towards Fukyu to start taking measures of the second ones. You kind of get information you have also already gleamed off. These are definitely arcane in nature. For the central one above the train station, you actually notice that there are several points of origin for this one. So this one was made with several bombs going off at once. And they all pretty much do go off simultaneously from your estimates. There is no meaningful difference.
Okay.
Like it might be slight seconds difference, but kind of irrelevant. And similarly for the other one over here, this one appears to be a combination of two bombs that have also gone off. Well, you'll notice that these ones were kind of created in like almost like a central pattern, and these ones were created in a more linear one. Give me a history check to see if you remember how the train station was laid out when you first arrived in the nest.
That looks like a no.
Probably not.
Nope, 11's still a positive check.
Yeah.
You remember that this part here is there as the trains are coming in, there is almost like building like office blocks built atop it, where the train station central kind of like offices are for the conductors' rooms. Effectively, like the switching and like the board system is to monitor the entire system. You notice that it has been the bombs seem to have been deliberately placed to maximize the destruction of operations for the train station.
Okay, so I feel it's a distraction so we can do stuff with the train station, or we don't want the trains running so people can evacuate.
What you know is that they've deliberately targeted the offices, so the like main command center of the train network. And they have deliberately destroyed the like major switching and like the rail system for the central of the train station. Are you willing to go? And this is kind of what you're exploring, like around and in the netting. How deep do you want to get into the train station itself, given that it's filled with lava and very uncomfortable?
I can deal with uncomfortable at the point where I feel like it's going to start damaging me. So I can deal with heat. I'm not going to go actively swimming in lava.
No, yeah.
Go find me.
Do
if
you
want that.
do you want to do anything to get closer to the ground? Oh, I should also note is that the explosives seem to be lining the ceiling. That's also another major or relevant information.
That is important.
Yeah, so all of the explosions were because of the offices are also like above the rails, so they were also like an arc over the rails. All of the explosives were at the top tier on the ceiling or in the office itself, so above the rails.
I can imagine a lot of them being like in the like them placing bombs in the like just above the trains where there's not that many people gonna look, right?
Yeah, I was like, we met that Nagpa on a train.
Exactly. Yeah.
I feel like they're using the trains to load bombs.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
And then blow up the offices to cover their tracks.
But you also get a rough idea of just arcane decay, because apparently arcane decay is now a thing. That it has been about 100 years since the bombs have gone off. There's actually quite like residual trace elements left. So it kind of lines up with the timeline you're already aware of when the city went to ruin.
There.
I will give you the timelines for the rest of them as you're making your way down later during the investigation. But is there anything you want to do, particularly with the train station section, before you start traveling south towards the commercial district?
Just going to make a mental note of that's where the bombs were, and then travel south.
I suppose you also
fuse left, but I doubt it will be.
Yeah, you also get a rough idea of like these are. No, I suppose that's relevant. These appear. The point. Give me an insight check.
Come on, Point. You got this.
See if I give you this extra piece of information. You have the knowledge for it. This is actually
At
more
20.
to do with if you realize the significance.
Nope.
Apparently not.
Okay. I might do a check later on to see if you recall this. There's one extra piece of information that you have, but you haven't clicked it yet.
Cool.
Okay.
That's like semi-relevant. It might be important, but it's something that the point is currently taking for granted.
Oh, we're back to Chekhov's gun.
Very much.
I'll just gotta play that there. But yeah, you start making your way south, and we head to Fukyu. Similar question, how would you like to go about investigating your area while being slightly distracted by gathering all your loot?
I mean, that's his main focus.
Are you deliberately going to the vault section then that you're aware of is where they keep some of the more like individual vaults for people?
You're gonna break into the bank.
You going to the bank?
Oh, if he knew where the bank was, he would definitely be heading for that.
Okay, so as your previous loot, you've just picked that up as you're on your way to your bank. As you get to the bank itself, give me another investigation check. This time at disadvantage.
Disadvantage investigation.
What stuff besides loot do you find? 16's good.
Yeah.
16. Okay, let's have a look here. 16 is above a medium. Roll me a d10.
D10.
Cool.
You get
Right,
10
let's see,
chunks of Arcanite of your choice.
4.
4. Do you know anything about meteorology? Have you got any Smith's proficiencies? Or any sort of metalworking or anything?
No.
Okay, so the extra information about the vault, unfortunately, you are not equipped to know. However, the loot part of the vault
You're on.
won't matter.
I mean, he does have his thieves tool, so he could try breaking into it.
This is more about understanding the evidence, but that requires a knowledge of how the vault system mechanically works with its metal.
Right.
Do you have the heat metal spell?
That's not relevant.
If
But for
that-
this one, you do happen to find, and how do I want to flavor this? How might this survive the explosion?
Very sturdy vault. Very sturdy vault.
It's the whole point of a vault.
Like, maybe the vault broke around it, but tanked most of whatever damaged it.
I think it's more like explosion that's going to happen
Within.
Fuck you.
So it catches your eye off to the side, a little glint in the kind of the depth of the crater itself, like slightly up from the base. And you catch it somehow, just this tiniest little glint through a slight tear in a leather pouch. But by God, you catch that glint as you make your way down towards the half-buried leather pouch with the single little tear in it. And as you pull the pouch out and look inside, you find a single. Let's have 2. You find 2 rings,
Ooh.
and the rings have a slight amber. I think it'd be amber color. The rings have 2 amber crystals embedded in it. Well, has an amber crystal embedded in each. And with your knowledge, you are aware that both rings are Arcanite rings. This is amber Arcanite on both rings.
We haven't had an amber Arcanite ring yet, have we?
No.
Yeah, we've had
You not had amber yet?
No, we've had teal and purple. At least in this campaign. We've only had teal and purple.
The hybrids only exist in this campaign.
Yeah.
I wasn't certain
mean,
if amber was one, but yellow
Fucky's
and
got-
red, probably, right?
No, fuck you's got vermilion.
Yellow, brown,
Arcanite.
orange.
I have a vermilion as well. Okay.
Interesting.
That
Huh.
I say as I actually looks this up on Monday.
What was it? Point?
It's the enlarge reduce Arcanite.
Oh, cool! That could be really handy, actually. If they do exactly that, this could be really cool.
Yeah, I mean that's just straight up orange for the enlarge, isn't it?
Well, if they
orange is focus, and then amber is the shrinking growing one.
It's amazing if they potentially could be, you get to pick your size, which would be really handy for fuck you and Alvina. Honestly, they're the 2 I
Yeah.
can think of.
Fuck
Well,
you,
give me
polymorphs
an
into
Arcana
something
check.
big. then
Unless you have the
use ring.
identify spell. Give me an Arcana check if you don't have the identify spell. If you have the identify spell, you just fucking cast identify.
No, it doesn't have it prepared. But
Oh.
I do.
Do you know it? Because it is a ritual spell. Actually, do you get a ritual cast?
I don't think bards get
But-
ritual casting, do they?
Bots do get ritual, but I would still need to have it prepared to do it. It's not like a wizard.
No, that's what
You
the
can't
wizard
spell
magic is,
book it. You can't spell book it.
Nah.
yeah. Then yes, give me an Arcana check.
Come on, fuck you. Get a really good roll.
Nat 20.
It's not bad.
Quite decent.
13
Might not
13's
be
okay.
enough, but it's good at least.
He recognizes his Arcanite.
Yeah.
As you play around with the rings, you accidentally activate one of them,
Oh, yay.
Okay.
and it does unfortunately shrink or enlarge you.
Oh, okay.
What it does, however, you notice that the Arcanite itself seems to almost open up, like a little pyramid opening.
Okay.
And almost like hovering out of it and increasing in size is a very lovely decorated and tied spell scroll.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, is it Oh, it could be a storage item.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Is this the Pokeball?
It might be. It might be the
Yeah.
Pokeball, but for items instead of creatures. Which is great for, like, you guys, honestly. Like, that'd be really handy.
I mean, fuck you, still got his bag of holding. He's fine.
But yeah, but if you get more bags of holding for, like, items, you can, like, just get one. That'd be really
Sure.
cool.
Yeah, fuck you, then take the spell scroll.
What spell scroll is it?
And yeah, just have a look over it, just see if you can recognize what it is.
It's enlarge reduce. That'd be very funny.
Okay, do. Okay. So those two, yeah. Yeah, has to quickly check something. I didn't actually assign each of them to a ring, and you only activated one. Roll me a d10. I'll say below is this one, above is that one.
10,
See which one you get.
6.
Hi.
Six. Okay. It is a scroll of planar binding.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's cool.
Would you like to try and activate the other one?
Yeah, fuck you would try to replicate what he did with the other one.
Roll me another Arcana check.
11.
Still up.
Yeah, still a success.
Yay.
All right, and so I'll say like the DC is technically lower anyway because you figure it out. Similar thing happens to the other one, and you get a scroll off wall of. That's a terrible way of saying it. Scroll off wall of stone,
Oh, that's great. That's a great spell.
as well as 2 times ring of item storing.
Yeah.
That
The item has to be technically like a small item.
Yeah. Be like a scroll or a knife or something. You can't like do it to a sword, kind of thing. Or could you?
Yeah,
do it?
effective. I'm gonna say like has to be like a box-sized item, so it's effectively like a box container but in a ring.
Hey, handy.
You need like a bigger amber crystal to store bigger things.
Be like an amulet one would maybe be able to put something bigger in.
Yeah.
It's larger.
Alvina can store snacks.
One has a hot dog in it. It's a thermoflask, but on hands.
Yes, these are 2 amber rings small.
That's really cool.
cool.
If you give it to one of your artificery friends, they can tell you that amber arcanite is the magnifying arcanite. It is a combination of orange, yellow, and brown arcanite, and it can increase and decrease the relative size of objects and effects.
Neat.
Cool.
Yeah. That might be very handy for your Pokeball thing. So it's kind of handy we got 2, honestly.
Yeah.
It's my immediate thought. Like, we have 1 to actually have for the item. We have the other one to give to point for Pokeball shenanigans.
Yeah, fuck you's just gonna dig around, pry open any other like vaults.
That's really cool.
See if you
Uh,
can find anything else.
You attempt to, but one of the things you also notice is that while you occasionally come across very like fragments of it, there are no large pieces of metal. And in fact, the fact that these rings survived might have just been due to how small they were.
Okay.
Whatever destroyed this place or this area really took everything with it. There's barely any ruin here. Any other details would require you to have a higher proficiency in mythology to actually do like more analytical studies of the area.
I have an
Okay.
idea. Someone might have put some. It's a bank, right?
This would be one of the areas where, or this would be the area where the vault is.
My immediate thought is if someone put like a bunch of managed to get a bunch of like big powerful explosives into bank vaults and did it from the inside.
Yeah, I'll say Fukyu has a natural proclivity to being aware of this, but the blast zone does appear to be centralized on the vaults.
Okay.
Only Fukyu would notice that because they paid really close attention to exactly where the vaults were.
And you know his propensity for explosives.
But with that, we're going to take a quick break there because DM needs to go do war break stuff.
Yep.
And then we'll be back to Zormir.
Zormir and the Noodle Crew.
And the Noodle.
Are we ready, Noodle Crew?
Yeah!
Aye, Captain.
I can't hear you.
Aye, Captain! I peaked my mic
The
with
same,
that.
but in Yeti.
Oog, oog, Akrin!
Oog, oog, Akrin.
Okay.
Who lives in the caves?
Who lives in the water park under the cave?
Dr. Zormir.
And the pasta gangsters.
I do really like the those rings though. Those are really cool.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
can think of
Amber,
lots of shenanigans.
You need Amber Arcanite to make your Pokeball.
It's got to be part of it, right?
At the time, it was copper and white, but I think Chris might have rethought that.
Well, still, you could do copper, white, and amber might like help with it essentially. Like you might, it might be
I
the
mean,
ones
that's-
of there's a few
is it-
mixed together.
Yeah. This
Wait,
is
this-
the small version, so the copper and white might be a larger version.
White is
Yeah.
sort of the circuit board Arcanite, whereas copper
Yeah.
is the
Is the plainer one.
thinner one.
It's pocket to pocket dimension.
That I think Pokeball, where you store your Pokemon somewhere safe, in a nice pocket dimension, copper, where you just like shrink them down and carry them with you.
In a ball, put 'em in a ball.
We can make the inside
Oh.
nice.
Yeah.
I just thought,
Hmm?
depending if we can get larger amounts of it, this Amber Arcanite, we could shrink the ship.
That's
Better.
no, that is
Amazing.
actually kind of awesome in theory.
The humans start invading the other places by sending in people with Pokeballs and sending in armies.
Just shipping, just put it one crate, and then we just everyone unleash at a certain time, and there's suddenly an
God,
army.
I had a horrible thought.
What?
Trojan horse, but it's
I
just
mean-
Gwen.
Yeah,
Like, is it
just
is
Gwen.
shrinking an army any worse than Zormir giving the giants Iron Man armor?
It's actually slightly less terrible.
Yeah,
Is it?
Yes,
because
because
They're
we're
the
the
ones
ones
doing
doing it. Yeah, they're not all
Oh,
active
yeah.
enemies.
We're the ones doing it until, I don't know, there's a young child or demon that gives point big eyes, and then he goes, oh, maybe I'll join with this one and
Fair
fuck
point.
up this world as well.
Don't worry, don't worry. We already know that Point doesn't do that with primordial monsters. That's Alvina's job. Point does it with anything even vaguely celestial, so the Empire's gonna get it.
Yeah.
How many angels?
The
can
point will
bounce
imbue
on
anybody
the head of a
with
pin?
magic.
More now.
no, we just use the giants to fight. We Pokeball them in, and then they come out in their Iron Man stuff, and then they take on like the Celestials are.
There's actually one bit which I've kind of clicked is a possibility. Which actually might be able to get allies. I don't think the giants. We might actually be able to get some dragons on side though, because if the giant black dragon is anything to go by, they might be powerful dragons might be their own factions and don't actually associate with the monarchies particularly.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds like it.
We might obviously they'll probably bow to their respective one, but they probably are a little more apart, so we might actually be able to get one or two on side.
Pokeball them, man.
Yeah.
Yo.
I mean, even a fucking young dragon is significantly more powerful than a lot of other options.
Dun 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 dun.
I do very much want to go to the black dragon domain
You
at
would.
some point.
Yes.
Oh, good. Melty faces everywhere. Good. Here's a melty face for you, one for you.
One for you,
That's
one
just
for
not a
you.
bit of my
Yeah.
complexion.
Hey, fine. We've got 4 weeks left. We've got 4 weeks of learning left before Alvina can speak Draconic. Which we've been at 4 weeks for so long now. She's 6 out of 10.
Yeah, but what chance have you had to actually?
That's why we've spent like a month on 2 days.
Because you're accepting all these quests. It's like,
No, it's been the same 2 days.
I'll kill these ants for you.
Hey, I haven't done
Now
that
we're
yet.
stuck in the future, might as well learn to
No, but you accepted it.
Hey, I said to go and have a conversation on, and I said I'd help deal with the ants, and honestly, I now know the demonically possessed ants, and I'm not at all going to commune with nature to see, is this an actual full ant's nest with there's billions in there? If there's like 10, I fancy my chances. If there's like a billion, I don't.
Just need to fight the biggest one.
Oh yeah,
we
getting
can do
to...
it.
Ants are very well known for letting people have access to the queen. That's one of the things they're best known for. Not at all protective over their queen.
That's an open door policy.
Yeah.
You just need to present yourself
Hey,
as
you
the
touch the door,
queen.
we open.
Look, if we want... Look, I'm going to be honest. As much as it would be very funny to have Alvina walk back with an army of demonic ants, I think Gwent might actually leave. If Alvina walks back with 1,000 demonic cat-sized ants,
Nope.
Gwent might just go, I'm good, I'm done. That might be over.
I
the line.
imagine you just walk in out of the lava and all the ants come out.
The ants are marching 2 by 2, hurrah, hurrah.
Oh, good.
Everyone roll
Right,
initiative
second.
for both their Yeti and their own character.
Okay.
You'll notice that all your characters are in the bottom left screen.
Well, I got a 22 for Alvina, and roll 1d20 plus 1. 4 for Udon.
Fuck you.
It's fine, Udon's near the back.
Well, that's a 7 for
Six.
Gwen and a 16 for Orzu.
19
Of
for-
course, that one's gonna be at the same stage in this
and
thing as me.
for-
You're practically my
It is.
shadow.
Together.
Together.
Okay, let's see. Where am I? Okay.
So
we're
it's,
over there.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's good.
your Yeti gets more of an initiative than you do.
It's 6 for sober.
I know.
It's for Silva.
And then what was Regu's one?
Plus our 1d20 plus 1.
It's just I got.
I don't know why my rolls just go to you, Chris.
Whisper, 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 whisper.
Yeah, you've got it set so your whispers go to actress rather than.
Oh, it's on the character sheets. There's a thing which says whisper to GM only. I have it because I have it as query, so it always asks. There is a setting which just
But I'm
sets
just-
the default.
But I'm just using the Beyond 20 thing, so it shouldn't do.
Oh,
Maybe
no,
I-
it does that by default. You have to click on the giant B at the top left of the character block. And then...
Giant B? Ah.
Yeah, the red D20.
Unrelated to the answer.
Neil, have you rolled your Yeti yet? For your Yeti's initiative?
Yeah, I got 6.
No, that was you. You have to roll for your Yeti.
You've got to roll for Yeti
Oh,
as
right.
well.
Roll me a d20.
So I thought that meant. Right, okay.
Yeah, roll 1d20 plus 1. Is the Yeti initiative.
I was just going to add the one.
Hey.
Fuck me, 18.
18.
18.
This is because I can also just do investigation stuff in the background to break up the combat a little bit.
Yeah.
Alvina
and the other elf in this fight.
Fucking else, man. What are they doing?
Also, this is one of the few
Alright,
times Alvina rolls well on initiative, by the way, is when she's not in fight.
So to set the scene, a Drider has just cast Fairy Fire on Fusili, failing to get Soba and Zormir in that, and dropping down in what is very clearly supposed to be an ambush, but luckily Zormir managed to warn everyone before they got surprised, are these large Quaggoth, furred, slightly hunched over werewolf and Fusili. They're not actually werewolves, they just look large and
Seriously,
like...
if you go the ones that are in Overlord, they look very much like just dwarf werewolves, essentially. So.
And a Drider who is still up on the ceiling, wedged behind the wall and a stalactite, and has 3/4 cover from the stalactite they're kind of using to defend themselves with. Zormir, what is your passive perception?
My passive is
It's pretty good, right?
16.
Yeah.
16. While you are distracted with what's going on in forward, you do hear the resounding signs of combat beginning around the bend. It looks like the ambush is complete, and there are Udon, Regu, and Orza are fighting on the other side. Which for the rest of them, I can grab these. What? Oh, it's because of the goddamn clicker. That's why. Let's have you circling in. Technically a little bit further out, but they will drop down into these positions. Alrighty then. Back in the nest, you have caught sight of the demonic ants guarding the crack in the wall. What is Alvina's next steps?
Alvina's next step is, well, they are very much hostile. She would pretty much be then backing up a bit to and then do commune with nature, which would be a fair while. Essentially, she'd ritual cast commune with nature to get a few questions.
Alright, we'll complete that next round then. So you do that. As we skip the Drider's turn, we are going to the Drider's turn. They have just done their action, so I'm not going to do another action since they started off the combat. But let me just double check if they had any bonus actions or anything, which I don't believe they do.
I think their bonus action's a melee one, if they have one. I seem to remember them something.
Apparently they don't.
Oh, fair enough.
Well, that's just gonna be their turn then. Okay. The point, you're making your way south to Fukyu. Are you heading to the explosion site to in the south there? I take it. Or are you wanting to be up directly with Fukyu first?
I'd probably be working my way along kind of the train line where I saw those explosives, assuming that does go that way.
Well, it has to be on the surface because the train station is entirely filled with lava, as are the train lines themselves.
Yeah, we're kind of following that along, kind of.
But
yeah, I'm trying to trace where the fuse would have gone, essentially, or fuse would have come from.
you do not believe there would have been a fuse. These seem to be arcane detonated.
Okay.
So they are inherently magical, which means they can also be ignited magically.
Okay. Would I know there's sort of a range on that sort of detonation?
Ooh, you did roll really high. It would have to at least be planar. What is the range of something like that? If you were building it, the range could have been really large.
Okay.
To the point where the point with their super high arcana would be intelligent enough to create, because you went to Arcane Academy, to Arcane Academy.
I flunked out. Yeah.
You're a prodigy, though.
As we all know, anyone who flunks out of a high prestige university clearly knows how to make a nuke.
Yep.
That's how that works.
Mhm.
Which means you, as the you wouldn't do it, but you are aware of how to make a arcane bomb that ignites on a sending spell.
Okay.
Which means, in theory, you could also probably set a bomb up in a different planar reality. There would just be a more statistical chance of failing to ignite it.
It's
Now-
still terrifying.
It's okay.
But if
dear
it
God.
fails, just do it again.
The question though that you inevitably come to is you aren't while you yourself could do this because of just the arcane study of the main sphere. You don't believe that there are very many that could do something as similar in the altered chat sphere. Or in the shattered Altsphere.
Altered Chatsphere.
Fucking every time, still doing it.
This is the alternate version of the universe. This is what this one's called.
Yeah, you don't want to be
It's
there.
the Shattered Altsphere after dark.
You're also aware that such a mechanism would require a lot of white arcanite to effectively do. You need a lot of control arcanite to do something like that. And basically you don't believe that, and you'll have more information as you continue to investigate. But given how many explosives there were, you realize if this sort of operation, if all of the bombs were made similarly, would require a vast requirement of arcanite, more than you've seen be naturally found in this universe.
Okay.
So either it was using a new type of arcanite that you've yet to come across, or it was being used, like, you could possibly come up with, just off the top of your head, ideas using like laser arcanite, but that would require line of sight. As ignition trigger. So if they were using Vermilion laser arcanite, you believe they would have to have at least line of sight. Now there's no limit on that line of sight, so they could have been on the other side of the cavern. They could be miles away, but there are certain limitations, obviously, with, like, to get line of sight, you'd either have to be at a high angle looking down at it, or you'd have to be close by, so there isn't a likelihood of being interrupted.
And we're on the roof, so.
So there are a couple options that kind of prop to your mind. Either it could have been a line of sight thing, or it requires a large amount of raw arcanite to do something more complicated. But the distance basically scales with the amount of expense that such an operation would take.
Okay.
Give me a second insight check.
Yeah. I'm going to see if I can dust for just any arcanite dust. Just any remnants.
Ooh, good bet.
Ooh.
Okay. So at this point, Chekhov's gun comes home to fire. And something that you discovered earlier, as you're making your way to the point, and you're not to the point, to Fukuyo, and you're kind of thinking about all this as you're walking.
Hang on.
You stop. You just suddenly stop mid-street, just in this ruined city, and you realize that you've taken something for granted. You already know that there were vast quantities of red arcanite dust used in these explosions. And you also find a large amount of white arcanite dust mixed in with the residual arcane dusting particles in the air. And you kind of took that for granted because in the main sphere, that's kind of just a given. Like, you would use this amount of red arcanite and white arcanite to create a bomb. It would be expensive, but we're talking like maybe a very rare item level expensive, like maybe 10, like 50k gold expensive. But from your understanding of the economy of Arcanite in this universe, this level of Arcanite you have yet to see anywhere in this universe.
Would it be the level that we saw in the main like HQ, but just of Red Arcanite?
Yeah, it's like, are we
That's
thinking?
what I was thinking.
Are we thinking HQ or are we thinking Junior?
Earlier on, I was thinking
Because we
Junior,
did
but
saw
now
a
I'm
lot.
thinking HQ.
We saw a lot
They
in the
did have a
HQ.
lot. They would have enough Arcanite. They are the only faction that you are aware of that would have enough Arcanite to do something like this.
Calls coming from inside the house.
But that's only off the domestic factions you've come across. Who knows if they're getting outside suppliers from like the Monstro Guild or somebody that might have access to that amount of Arcanite.
I just thought of something. Oh, that's bad. My brain just clicked something that might be. You know how little Dark Side went to the main base and he's kind of high up in the
Damien.
rank. Yeah, he's high up in the ranks and might actually know a couple of like ways to get into the main HQ. And he just went to the place where these very powerful creatures that we know have magic are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With that, that's the point's turn. Having come to the realization that this is like clearly no cheap operation.
This is no
Regu,
half-ass.
it is your turn, and there are 3 Quaggoths descending upon you. They've just kind of dropped down from the ceiling. They dropped a little further off, and then like kind of ran in for dramatic sake. But what would you like to do?
God damn it.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do as these very hostile-looking creatures come at you?
Yeah, I'm gonna go up to this one.
Charge!
Yeah, attack him in some way.
Okay. Do you have the stat block open, or do you want me to click on the claw attack?
I don't have it, no.
That's fine. I'll just throw it. This is wishes for the players who did want to click something. Apparently you have Chilling Gaze. Can use Chilling and makes 2 claw attacks.
It's just because they're immune to the Yeti.
Oh yeah, but we're gonna make this bludgeoning damage instead for their cave dwelling one.
Rock Yetis. They're basically Bigfoot.
DC 13, and then I'll just do the 2 claw attacks. Does this? Ooh, and it'd be paralyzed. Dear God, yeah, these are fucking powerful.
Is that this?
Powerful.
They're CR3 creatures. They're pretty beefy.
That is a 20 Constitution save, however, on the Quaggoth one, and then 2 claw attacks for a 22, and it's 2 claw attacks and a 24 to hit.
Bam! Ragu come
Both
to play.
hit. And they just do extra. Well, we'll say that's again. We'll say do I want? Let's make it force damage.
Ooh, nasty.
You know, I might just make their gaze also force damage. It makes more sense.
Yeah,
it is kind of more magical in nature.
Stabbing your Yeti spear and hitting him with a fishing rod.
Harpoon.
He's gonna beat him to death with a fishing rod.
I've garroted him. Fishing line.
You've got him on the hook, and you're just swinging him into the ceiling.
So you bloody this Quaggoth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's a powerful. Yeah, he's a very, very beefy creatures.
Jesus Christ, fucking bloody man, one hit. And that was without him being paralyzed. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
But that's Regu's turn. Regu, just fucking going at it, are you?
Yep.
Yeah, the bit.
Just roar. Yeah.
Quaggoths did not pick the right foes. However, it is the Quaggoth's turn, so I'm just going to quickly attack Regu back. We'll do this one actually typed in.
Like
I
I
don't
did
have
something wrong.
To be fair, Yetis have very low AC to compensate. They're kind of like a bear, honestly, would be a good equal stat creature. Like, a bit scarier than a bear.
Alright, and they just make 2 claw attacks. They don't get anything special, so that's an 18 and a 24 to hit your Yeti.
Both hit.
Which...
AC 12.
Did I not actually put the damn things in here? 1 second. I gotta quickly put some hit points and things in here so I can actually track stuff. Alright, 2 hits. I need to roll for damage. Well, the second one also come in and hit Regu, and then the other one come in and hit Ugon, just so I can do all of this a little bit more efficiently. That's another 2 hits, so I can do 4 simultaneously. And let's go ahead and do the Udon hits as well. The other one just comes in straight at Udon for a 17 and a 14 to hit.
Both hit.
So, wow. A lot of attacks, and that does only a d6 plus 3. So that's 4 hits on Regu, so I'm just going to do d4, d6 plus 12 for all together. For 20
damage.
Slashing.
If it's claws, it's probably slashing.
Yeah, 20 slashing damage onto Regu. Not quite bloodied yet since you have 51 hit points. Brings you down to 30 though. And then 2 hits
31.
for plus 6. For 12 slashing on Udon.
I'm worried more about Fuse. Right at the front of this.
Well, with it, what do you mean? They're only right at the front, surrounded by probably 4 Quaggoths that are going to attack with advantage because of Fairy Fire. Do you know what you mean?
Fine. They can only get 2 in there at a time. Speaking of which, they're going to jump forward and...
Thank God these are pygmy yetis. 16, if it's 3.
Let this one jump forward. Yeah, you can make that. As one of the Ugoths, just with their powerful hind leg, just launches across the gap, and they're going to come in, and they're just going to start swinging. Assuming these are more evenly in front of Fusili, but, you know, thingies. They have advantage on this.
I believe so, for Fairy Fire.
Not like they were having trouble hitting anyway, so that's a 13 to hit, which does hit with the 12 AC.
Almost guaranteed.
Is that there? Second hit for...
Yeah.
Oh.
It's already made it.
I'm just gonna roll it twice. So that's no crit. This is the second guy, no crit but a hit.
Very close.
Then,
that was a crit.
Oh.
And
one
another
crit
hit.
with advantage.
Oh yeah.
So that's 4 hits, one of them a crit. 4
That's
hits,
an
one of
OG.
them a crit. That
Oh,
doubles the dice.
It turns.
Sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
It
So
turns out. Don't worry.
No way.
It turns out Fluffy has actually rigged himself with the explosives. So when he dies, he's gonna take him with him. Ow!
Ooh. With that
That
crit, they
bloodies
just
him.
come thinging in for 33 damage. They have bloodied Fusili. As these two Quaggoths are just tearing into them. The Fusili is backed up. Suba is trying to help out there, but there is a congestion in this tunnel. The other 2 are gonna kind of take up positions and kind of they want to get in there, but they do recognize there just isn't enough space to jump in. Zormir, it is your turn. Fusili is not looking good. They are already bloodied and they are still glowing. What would you like to do?
If only had moved forward that little bit more.
If only they are properly blocked in there.
Look at it this way, Zormir. You're lucky that they're of size medium on this map already.
I think
No, they're still large. I didn't want them taking up too much.
Exactly, that's what I'm meaning. You're lucky that they've taken that much.
I think with the 30 feet coverage of Night Pattern, I can get all these guys in here. The 3 and the Drider. With
Ooh, okay.
Hypnotic Pattern.
You have enough line of sight that obviously you just need to be able to cast it, so that's fine. There's no need to worry about coverage or anything, so okay. And it's a wisdom saving go, and you said 3 of these guys, so...
They can't hit the bottom one that they don't know is there.
No.
Yeah, that's fine.
Essentially.
So they have a +1 to all of these, so yeah, they all need to roll 17 or higher.
And the Dread, I think, has magic
Oh.
resistance.
So 1, 2. This guy is getting like he is so in Fusili's face right now. He doesn't even see the lights wash over him. And then the Drider, wisdom saving throw. What do they have? They have a +2.
I think they've got magic resistance, though, if it's normal.
They have Fey Ancestry.
Oh, he's not have
This
magic.
is
Cool.
the... Ooh. Is Hypnotic Power and Charming? Pretty sure Hypnotic Power and Charming is one of the charming ones.
I
It's not
think it
Confusion.
is.
Yeah, there's very few that isn't Charming that's really useful. That's why Confusion's so good, because it's not a charm effect.
Yeah. Hypnotic pattern 5e.
They will have advantage.
Charmed. Yep, charmed.
So they have a +2 to this with advantage. So, but that is only a 13. And since Fairy Fire is concentration. Let me double quickly check that.
Believe it is.
Yep, it's concentration. And that would incapacitate them. They drop concentration if Fusili is no longer a glowing bulb.
Right. With my movement, I want to push my way forward. If I can.
Ooh, I could say you can switch places with Suba this turn, but there's just no way for you to kind of move Suba back and get into their space, and then also move Fusili back and get into their space with one movement.
They're too big.
They're too big, and you're actually having to back out just to like get past them, because they are technically a large creature, which means they're also... I'm gonna ignore the fact that they technically should be squashed in here, since they're already at disadvantage, but they are like taking up that whole space.
It's a lot.
I will say,
It's
I will
a
say you
larger
can
corridor
switch
than it
places
actually
with
looks.
Suba. Would you like Suba to continue backwards?
Yeah, I will basically
Fall
indicate
back.
to them,
Fall back.
and I'm going
Just point backwards.
as I move forward. I'm gonna use my bonus action and use my Champion's Challenge to anything within 30 feet to basically keep them all there.
The Dryad is just out.
No.
Yeah.
Hilariously, he's not. But I don't know if it needs line of sight.
I don't know.
Unless it says it goes around cover, generally magic rule by default doesn't penetrate walls.
Creature you choose. Yes, I have to see them.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't quite see that one. I can see these two. Essentially, I'm trying to keep the one that's still, I know that's not affected by the hypnotic pattern.
Yeah. What am I making? Am I doing saves or anything, or are they just?
They make a
Wisdom save, I think.
wisdom save.
It's basically the same as what's it called? Compelled duel, but AOE.
Oh, the second guy, 21
He is
again.
determined, that guy.
Just still straight in Fusili's face, completely ignoring
He's
you.
enraged.
Okay.
But this guy is Hypnotic Power, and I believe the other guy also failed it, so these two are both Hypnotic Powers, and this guy...
Dryad failed it.
Dryad also failed it, so pop that on there. Nope, not that thing. And what was this new effect that the top guy's getting?
The top guy is basically when he fails, he can't move 30 feet away from me.
Oh, I guess I'll put my
essentially, I'm blocking the door with him.
I think he's
anything
also...
has to-
Isn't it also got disadvantage to attack anything that's not you? Is that part of Champion's Challenge as well?
I think so. Okay.
Champion's
saving throw, the creature can't willingly move away 30 feet from you, and
Oh, yeah, no
just-
disadvantages or anything. It's
they just can't move away from me.
Yeah.
So essentially, they can't move 30 feet away from me. So
Orzo, you have been zooming Zormia. It's your turn.
yeah, that's everything I can do. Movement.
Orzo, you have been tasked by the great legendary savior himself to
You're a
go
divine
and
mission.
protect Rigu and Udon. But under your command, you are currently watching as Rigu and Udon have been besieged by these Quaggoths, and I believe one of them is already bloodied. Oh, not quite bloodied.
No.
They're damaged, but not bloody yet. What would you like to do, Orzo?
Okay, well, I am doing the chilling gaze on that guy as I run up, and I'm going to barge past Udon and just jump on him and start clawing the shit out of him.
I believe that was Constitution save, which is a 7.
Hey, paralyzed.
Fails, paralyzed.
And take some damage. And take some damage.
Ooh,
3d6.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Not
11
too bad.
damage. Pretty good.
Holy fuck. Okay.
And then,
It's a low
Claw.
save. It's a low save, but it hurts if it matters.
yeah.
Also, these
Oh,
are...
do you get advantage on paralyzed?
You have advantage, and if you hit the creature within 5 feet, it is a critical hit.
So 17 for the first hit, and then...
It just does critical damage.
Oh, baby!
It's a flat crit. It's a flat crit.
Well, they both crit regardless. So go ahead and roll me another. Actually, just roll me another claw attack, and I'll just add on the damage. Okay.
Good hit.
Let's have a look here. Let's do the first one. So that's 9 plus 11, so 20. I don't think it fucking matters. He has 14 hit points left, and then another 9 from that. And then what was this? Because I don't take the modifier, so that's 4 plus 2. With 5 hit points left, 4 plus 2 equals 6, minus 1. How do you, from full health, fucking destroy this Quaggoth?
CR3 creature versus
Just-
CR1, I think.
Right. Like, staring, chilling gaze in the eyes, and then just first rip through the throat, and then deeper through the throat as well, so it's just like a little flap of skin hanging off at the back.
He's got
Although-
he's Zarmer inspired right now. Going for it.
Paladin of Zormir!
And I'm just gonna, if I could just move to like over here, he's just covered in blood, staring down the others.
You just tear through this guy. Okay.
Oh,
Just gonna
While
point
that's
it
all
at one
happening in the
next.
cave system,
mistakes were made.
To be fair, they attacked 3 Yetis, like this is on them.
talking of mistakes, as we head back to the other party. Fuck you, you've just discovered the rings and your spell scrolls, and as you're climbing out of the explosion site, you notice both two things, let's say two things. The point walking up to you, he's maybe about like, they're like 60, 80 foot away, they're currently walking to you, they seem to be pondering something, and at the same time, you notice a collective psionic call, or I guess a collective arcane call, as you receive the sending spell from Gwent, who has a couple words for you that were the previous words that have already been spoken.
Yeah, please don't make me say them again. I've forgotten.
So,
I mean, I've forgotten what they were as well. Something about telling
it was-
someone something.
It was
Yeah,
about the
there's a
psionic
hive mind
mind
by,
that is near you.
Ah, yeah.
Don't blow it up. Don't be dickish.
You're saying that to fuck you.
I'm doing my best.
So yeah, fuck
Don't be
you.
dicky.
Fuck you sees the point. He goes, "Oh, I just had a voice head thing from Gwent. Apparently, we're supposed to blow up some brains."
God damn it.
we're gonna blow up some brains! That is the most... What?
Fuck using interpretations.
To be fair, it's entirely in character for Gwent to
Expecting,
just...
but what brain?
Yeah, what brain? Whose brain?
I don't know. Someone said something. He said something about like hive brains, and
That's a great point. 1 second, let me just throw a hive. Let me just throw like an elder brain in here somewhere.
Yay!
Oh.
I'm still seeing the other map if it helps.
yeah, we're
I'm
still
not-
seeing the caves.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm not switching back and forth.
It's
between
combat!
them.
It's combat,
Ah,
man!
fair enough.
We're doing amenities.
All right. If you want, I need a reminder about where it was. It's this bit over here. There you go. I'll put like a giant X onto it.
Put an
where,
elder brain model. Give an elder brain model.
Elder brain D&D 5e 222.
There's gotta be one somewhere.
But here you talk amongst yourself.
Yep. Why you upload it?
Where is the like Forgotten Realms? Oh, here we go. This one's Forgotten Realms. I don't care about using Forgotten Realms stuff. Forgotten Realms was to me. I have no money.
So we're poor.
That was a savage attack there.
Don't sue me. I actually make money off of this.
Sue Wolfie first. That's Wolfie Bane
Which means
on
first.
It's
YouTube.
Twitch. It is twitch.tv/DragonBob.
No.
If
Fair. I don't care about like thingy, right? I mostly just care about not giving credit to like actual artist work. I don't know. This is a giant corporation's artwork. Everything here is either Forgotten Realms or I made it myself.
That was like. That
Well,
was like.
everything here is either Wizards of the Coast.
Is that Emrakul, actually?
I have no idea where it's from. I just got it.
the
So yeah,
big
it's over
fuck
here.
off jellyfish.
I think that's still Eldrazi. Still Wizards, so it's fine. Magic the Gathering.
We'd explain about it's on the Forgotten Realms wiki.
Yep. Yeah,
It's also the
believe.
same one used on the Critical Role wiki too.
Yeah, it looks mostly like an Eldrazi because it's like flat.
I think
But there you go. That's where it is. If you want to see it blown up, there you go. There's giant
Hey.
brain.
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 But it's over in this area, or at least this is the rough area that Gwent has communicated with you. As the point comes down here.
Can I get
he's
one of
getting out the
those?
hole.
Can I get one of those for
Do not
the
blow
ant nest?
Yeah, sure. Here you go.
I think
It might be a different type of hive mind, but it's giant demonic
Okay.
ants. It's close enough, right?
Actually, move this down to like over here. There you go.
I was going
But
to it was the same hive mind.
It could be the same hive mind, but it's like where the nests are at least.
yeah, who knows? Fukir, is there anything else you're doing with what were you doing now that you've looted the vaults?
Yeah, you said to thingy about blowing up the brain. What brain? That big one up there.
The big floating one with tentacles.
It's like, oh, only that one over there.
It's gonna be great if we forget the reason why there are elder brains on this map, and we just go, wait, what?
Yeah, and
because-
Lou's gonna get the blame.
They will be here next week.
Yeah.
But yeah, rough direction of what are you guys doing next? Or what's Fukir particularly doing next? And I guess the point is or is not maybe be involved.
I'm not sure then.
You could take like an hour just to chat with shit, or just if the point wants to.
Bounce ideas
Provide
off you as
direction.
well.
But either way, I can let you think about that. Because
Yeah.
that's happening in like just the day cycle. As we head back to the glorious map where Fusili is hopefully gonna get some revenge.
Come on, Vasily. Kill that berserk one. Because honestly, I think you need to kill that one, because that one's just nat 20ing everything.
Yeah.
I think it's
The
rolled
bottom
3.
one?
Yeah, he's rolled 3 nat 20s so far. So...
Okay.
True.
Well, attack. That's one.
All right, you wanna roll your chilling gaze, or in this case, your I guess
Yes, it needs
Pat-
to save against
claustrophobic gaze.
Rocket East.
Stony gaze.
This-
It's a stony
It
gaze.
is- It's supposed to like thingy like give the feeling of like the walls closing in and like squishing you in underground. So
Yeah,
claustrophobic
claustrophobic.
gaze works.
Yeah, it works. I approve.
Do you have the stat block open, or do you want me to roll?
I have the stat book open. So for chilling
Yeah.
gaze, it's the dex save from them.
Con save.
Con save, so yeah.
It is a con save, and they had a +3 to the con save. So that is a success.
This one just
Um,
doesn't want to lose.
This one's a
Is
beast!
that off?
It's on roids.
Take half.
Nope. It's a save
Nope.
or say it's an all or nothing by the look of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I realized I can just do this.
It's why it's probably like so just a high amount of damage
This is
because
a lot easier than typing in.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
what happened?
The point hasn't changed their settings, but that is a critical hit.
Hey!
Oh!
That is what is that? 11 + 9, 20 damage.
Good hit.
Nice.
Not quite bloodying the creature, but getting in there.
Got a second claw.
Roll your second claw.
Come on. Come on, Fuzzy. Come on, Fuzzy.
A 21 to hit still hits with their 13 AC for another 6 damage. That does bloody the southern one.
If Fozzie wants to move between me and
And with
me
that,
take the hit, I'll take the hit by using my destiny to interpose myself in any striking out against Fozzie.
that's it. This isn't our goal. This is just a cosplayer with intention. I'm
And I
getting
think
behind
Fo-
Scott.
And he said Fozzie was canonically about my size as
He's
well.
the little one.
Yeah, I'm the goblin yeti.
So any
13 to hit Zormir.
nope.
Cool. Misses.
Straight up, no, you're no chance against that. Come on,
Alright,
try better.
He's gonna triple
Fusili,
that.
you do have your movement if you want to move back to Soba. And you could probably like no, I wouldn't really say you could squeeze past Soba, you're both.
No, I'm gonna stay here just behind Zormir. Just peeking over the shoulder.
Back on the map, Gwent, what are you doing with the rest of your day? You've spent the first half exploring apartments. What would you like to do with the second half?
I am moving down to where the hive is, just mumbling. Oh God, I said the word bomb. Of course he's going to bomb it.
He's gonna blow it
Oh,
up.
Jesus.
You told him not to do something.
Christ.
You told him not to
That
do
was-
something.
I can't believe I said bomb. Why did I
Are
say
you
bomb?
moving at your full capabilities?
Yeah, because I don't want to see an explosion of something that could help us.
For any other character, I'd say you probably get there either mid or at the end of whatever shenanigans are about to happen, given how fucking fast Gwent is. If you are fully applying yourself and running, you'll probably get there in like a round or two after whatever shenanigans happen.
I am.
If any happen.
Can I ask you just a DM question? For running over lava, how much damage would you take?
A lot. There is rules for that.
Well, yeah, but I have water walk.
You'd still.
Let me just check.
that's lava, though.
Fire is lava water? Oh,
It-
sorry. The Google says no.
You can.
Well, you
You-
said you can. It does say you can run on molten lava.
You can run out lava. You take the full lava damage, so you take like 200 damage probably by the
Well, then
time.
what's the point
I
of
think-
running on lava then?
If you have fire immunity,
If you're fire resistant or you have another spell to
This-
completely
Any
negate
this-
damage.
this is
Anything to negate fire.
this may have come up in a other campaign where a monk ran straight up across a volcanic crater. You will take a lot of
Lava's
damage.
pretty thick. I think humans can run over lava.
You can.
It
Yeah.
just also packs fire.
You have to do it very quickly, otherwise you will burn your feet off. But it is doable.
But if you would like to take 50 fire damage, you can run across the lava.
Yeah, Gwen would not. No.
Yeah, it's like
Bye-bye,
Yeah,
hive
like
brain.
4
It's
feet.
your own fault.
It's your own fault for
You
letting
can
me
you can take the bridge.
Yeah, I'll take the bridge.
Yeah, you take the bridge. Lou. Let's see. We're not entirely caught up to the timeline on Lou yet. Lou reappears after they've done their investigation.
Hmm.
So, Lou, you still have no idea where anybody is. You were heading towards the.
The HQ.
we were
The
heading to
HQ.
HQ with us.
Are you going through like straight up? There's like a little like corridor into the shadows. It's got like this weird U shape to it. Are you going like straight up the path into the rebellion headquarters where the shadow is, or are you like investigating any of the headquarter outside of it? Where's Lou like? Where's your prime focus? Where are you directly going to?
Lou would go to the doorway, just on the outside of it. And would he be able to see anything or much?
So the shadows themselves are entirely obscuring. If I switch back to the other map real quick, because we're gonna wrap up at the end of the round. So Lou is going up to here. As you can see here, the shadows actually kind of like curve around this central entrance here. So you can actually go into it without touching the shadows. Ignore the other fuck you there. So are you just going up to like this entrance here and like staring down into it? Or are you like going? Ooh,
Stretch!
are you actually walking down this area and like investigating this part here? And hoping
Being a
that
f-
this doesn't like enclose in on you.
Being a former warlock, would I be able to like investigate the darkness to see if I know it would be like magical darkness or just like there's no light in here?
You just immediately succeed on that. This is magical darkness. More importantly, this is actually this is like a shadow veil that has been thrown up around it. This is almost like a wall of necrotic energy. You are familiar with it from your dealings
My
with
warlock days.
Yeah, this is more like disparity art shadow based stuff. You're more with the elder old god kind of vibe, but you know sorry, the DM was just imagining cult conventions.
Cult Expo, Cult Con.
You met some other warlocks from who are pacted to like Shadowblade warlocks and stuff.
Alvina introduced you to someone she beat the crap out of back in Fantasia.
So you are aware of the necrotic arts. You're also aware this is quite powerful magic you're looking at here.
It's scary.
For some reason, I have an odd feeling about this isn't where this came from as well.
Who knows? So many things. But we'll say that's that for now because I want to end on a certain vibe. Which we'll probably have to actually do next week. So not end, but Soba, it is your turn. You have been kind of moved back by Zormir. What would you like to do?
Soba would probably move back towards the other members of the party. Probably grab Ragu. Is that right? No, it's Fuzz.
Yeah.
Probably grab Fuzz and try drag them back. Because
Fuzz, do you allow it?
I'm assuming, like as the Yetis know these caves, they know what these things are, and probably might be wary about them.
The Yetis are unaware of these creatures. They've never come across them in these caves. They are not native to the caves.
All right.
So you're grabbing Fusili?
He's grabbing Fuzzy and trying to pull him.
Yeah. Try to grab him out.
Fusili going with.
I'm fine going. Yeah, I'm fine going with.
You guys kind of get dragged back here.
Soba has a kilt.
Am I gonna have to upload new characters right
Yep.
for them next
Yep.
week?
So, yeah, I'm already gonna make the tokens. So.
Oh my god, you actually managed to get a hook hand.
There is a hook hand one, yeah. I was going, well, I know that there is a actual hook hand in.
I was trying to get an actual sickle built into his arm, but they wouldn't have that.
No, you have to use the pyro hook.
Yeah.
I am very happy with the cow print tights.
I really, really like Udon. Like, he looks great.
I'm working on Ragu right now.
He looks like...
I'm glad you guys have really taken to these Yetis.
Spin off, spin off, spin off.
That's the next one shot when two people have to miss.
These Yetis that only exist in a temporary future timeline that may be erased.
Yeah.
And we will remember them. Well, Zormir will remember them at least. Like a fever dream.
Alright, Udon, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Udon's going to step to here, try and do paralyze and gaze on that one, which is the only one that hasn't had it happen yet. Yay! So they take
roll with advantage and with crit.
Also, takes 10 force damage from the paralyzed damage as well.
Oh, this guy's so fucked.
That is okay. I do not have I do not have the stat. I have the stat block up to look at it, but it's not going to roll as an actual attack. So 2d20, and then it's plus
6.
6. So it is Not a natural 20, but it is a 25.
Yeah, it hits.
I can't remember how you do crit damage in this one. Is it roll?
You double dice.
Go. It's basically 4d6. Because they don't have resistances or anything, right?
No.
4d6 plus 4. 23 for the first hit.
Nice. That's an ouch.
Yep.
Second hit.
Still alive. They've got 12 hit points left.
Plus 6. Oh, 12.
Ooh.
They miss. He actually misses
With
that
a 13 AC, it just misses.
one.
Well, this guy gets to live another. I mean, he's still paralyzed.
It gets picked up and just smashed into the floor, I imagine. But yeah, Udon is there. Stand by side with Ragu.
I like how I put this. First, we're gonna effectively end there with the players getting some Yeti fun. To give some background on the purpose of this encounter, it was supposed to showcase that while Zormir might be invulnerable, there's a chance he could still lose one of he wouldn't be able to save some of the Yetis.
But
the DM may have underestimated how fucking powerful Yetis are.
Yetis are really scary. Like, I have used a Yeti as a boss encounter for level 3 party before. Like, they're pretty beefy.
With the split of it, Zormir is supposed to choose he can't be in 2 places at once. He can't protect all of them. I don't think that's gonna matter for this.
All 5 Yetis are gonna just body these 3 unfortunate Quagga.
They've just met their gods and they're working with them.
It's a
They're obviously
cosplayer.
going to be
Yeah,
super
cosplayer.
pumped and have to prove themselves.
The only one.
For CR3, because the Yetis are CR3, these guys are CR2, so it's not supposed to be that fucking a difference in power level. And the Drider is a CR6, so it adds
The
a lot in
Drider's
there.
destructive. Yeah, the Drider's terrifying.
But for CR3s, Yetis, man, they are really powerful CR3s.
They are like boss encounter ones, pretty much.
And I've just locked out the Drider and at least 2 of the.
The thing with the Quaggoth are like CR2, but they're CR2 intended to be in groups. Yetis aren't. Yetis are CR3 designed to be on their own or with 2 of them.
I want to see.
Usually.
How much health do these things have? And what's their
so
AC?
Quaggoths have 45 hit points and a 13 AC.
Yeah. There's not that difference in health.
I want to roll something quickly.
The health isn't that different.
They have 1 more AC and 10 less health because you only have actually Yetis have 51.
They have 51. They have 51.
So it's not it's a difference of 6 health and 1 AC. So they are technically comparable. They both get multi attack. The only difference is the Yeti's Chilling Gaze. While a low DC 13, it's still really good for a monster.
Yeah.
So far,
Imagine doing this as a level 3. Imagine being a level 3 character meeting one of these.
And then dying real soon
Very
after.
much.
I didn't quite. I'm not doing quite enough damage to kill them in 1 hit, but at times. But there's a potential of killing them in a hit.
Yeah.
For me.
You've got a round. You've got a round for them, basically.
Yeah.
But that is going to be our session for today. We got to see what Zormir's up to as he's slowly working his way back to the party. Gonna earn that reunion with the party.
Hey, did you know that I have a city that hails me as a god?
I don't believe you.
And then
Yeah,
you
we
go,
all do.
hey, do you know I've been hailed by insects as a god?
I have been called a god by a locust swarm.
Hey, do you
I'm
know
far
the
more
god
worried
thought I
of
was a
Zormir
god?
coming out with a Yeti coat.
I've been called a god as well, so you know.
It's a
All right,
bit-
guys. You're not even tier 4 yet. Calm down.
There's you've been called their savior. Me and Zormir have been called gods.
I mean,
Also, I don't think Gwent is surprised anymore when people call Alvina things.
so, tier 3, you get called gods. Tier 4, you are gods.
Oh yeah, I just need to add something else to my list.
Oh god.
Oh, no.
I've already added one today, so I'm just got another one.
That's why I was saying no
Yeah.
to you earlier.
Insect god.
No, God of
When you
Locusts,
were-
not insects.
God of
God
Locust.
of Locusts, which is horrifying because I actually know a character that is the God of Locusts because they're a final boss in a video game.
Oh no.
Oh, I think I've run out of space.
Yetis
Nope,
have
I haven't.
survived their encounter, or presumably Yetis are going to survive their encounter with these random creatures they've never met before. Party has learned a couple of interesting tidbits about the city.
There we go.
And have a couple conspiracies already beginning to form. And we'll find out next week. Hopefully we can finish up the investigation of the city and the combat. And we can see what is actually going on with this future. Who knows? But yes, that's been Temple
81.
Shenanigans Part 3. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for playing. Hope you all had fun and you enjoyed the show. And tune in next week for more shenanigans.
Yeah, I
Good
can
night.
guarantee that. See ya!
Bye.
All right.
I don't mind.
My title's getting crazy. Alvina Alador, Professor of Fields, the Banshee of Death, Professional Kaiju T-Rex, Totally a Red Dragon, Angriest Disney Princess, Knower of Eggs, maybe becoming a harem protagonist, officially named Abomination by God, smells like hero from different God, Yita of a third separate God, sus, God of Locusts. Woo!
There you go.
There you get that one. But yeah, that was really fun. I'm really curious as to what causes. Also, I have no idea how we're getting past that darkness still. I have.
Yeah, I think that's my next
I
plan.
have
is to
a
investigate that.
I have an idea on the darkness and where it came from.
Oh,
and why it's there.
where it came from, why it's there, not my biggest concern. How to get past it, my biggest concern.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Lots and lots
that's
of radiant damage.
sure. But yeah, that's all we got time for this week. This was really fun. I'm loving this. I'm really curious about things. I've also got to remember that I cast Commune with Nature for next week. Which I've got to remember my questions. But yeah, that's all we got time for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Have a fantastic weekend, every single one of you. Thanks, Chris, for running. Thank you, all the players, for playing as well. It was great. Have a fantastic evening, everyone. Keep playing the games. Keep awesome. Best to Twitch. Have a fantastic evening, guys. Good night. See ya!
Bye.
Bye.